Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. Hard sports all plays. 365, we making the plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. Hard sport all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Hard sports all plays.
This is the Fox D Streaming Network. Register to come on our channel at foxdnetwork.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what it do, as the children say in the streets. It is your boy Pride alongside that guy Alex. How you feeling today, bro?
What's up, Mr. Prideful Takes? Shalom, shalom, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Celtics Cavs pregame as well as live game cast. It's good to be here. Good to talk some smack. Also good to finally be surrounded by a Celtic fan as opposed to my usual, which is being surrounded by Laker fans or my cat, as featured currently on screen. So tonight we got a good matchup, man. Other than the missing parts, as in Evan Mobley and Isaac Okoro due to COVID protocols, the Cavs are coming into Boston freaking hot.
I mean, look, they're burning, and I've been saying this. The way this team is playing, look, this Cavs team, dangerous. You got to respect them. Obviously, you're getting contributions from basically damn near everyone, if we're going to be honest. You know what I mean? They definitely have been exceeding everyone's expectations. This is a tall task for the Celtics. Yes. 110%, because this is a young team. I mean, I know Kevin Love. You know, he just briskly walks on fast breaks. But outside of him, you do have some young legs that go back and forth, and they play fast. And what I kind of notice a lot about this Cavs team, and Alex, if I'm wrong, let me know, but where they usually make people get lost is that they're doing so many fast breaks, and they're pushing the tempo so fast that a lot of teams just really can't catch up because they just don't have the legs for it. So if the Cavs do something like this to the Celtics, it's going to be a rough stream for us.
Look, the Celtics have been puttering, sputtering, nutter buttering for the entire portion of the season thus far. I mean, if you look at where the Cavs and the Celtics currently stand, both as a team as a whole and in the conference, it's night and day. We constantly said going into this year, the Cavs would still be a work in progress. We said the Celtics, albeit we're getting a new head coach, we saw what the Celtics were able to do prior to Brad Stevens' departure, and we figured that things would finally go on the uptick. Now what we're noticing, the Celtics are a 500 but currently below 500 level team. The Cleveland Cavaliers have looked phenomenal, 19-12, third in the Eastern Conference as a whole, and even more of a point of emphasis, they got not only good, but they got better once they lost Colin Sexton. Now their team is truly flowing. You're getting to see a guy like Darius Garland being arguably the second best point guard in the Eastern Conference currently and deserving of an all-star nod. You're getting to see a guy like Isaac Okoro flourish in the system. More touches for Evan Mobley. A healthy Kevin Love coming off the bench. This Cleveland Cavaliers team is doing everything against the odds. They are proving all of the fans wrong, all of the haters wrong. I would say I'm here for it, but because the Celtics are going to have to play them tonight, I am so not here for it, but here we are.
And look, and I agree with you. Look, the Cleveland Cavaliers, they're on a 6-game win streak, 8-2 in their last 10, right? And if you look at their point differential, it's a plus 5.9, almost 6. So not only is this team, and on top of that, they're in terms of average points per game that they're point scoring of them, it's like 101.1 which, if we're going to be honest, we know about Golden State, right? And we're saying how great they are defensively. They're only allowing 0.1 points more than Golden State. So not only like it's this weird, bizarre thing where the Cleveland Cavaliers, like I said, if you watch them, there are times where they're pushing the tempo. But let's be honest, man. If you put them in a half court set, they're comfortable there too. Which is why I've been saying JB Bickerstaff, I think he needs to be coach of the year.
Slow down, my friend.
Look, and I understand what you're saying, but let's be honest. If I were to ask you, Cleveland Cavaliers, top 4 seed, almost to Christmas, if I told you that in the preseason, what would you have said to me?
I would have said, arguably, you are crazy or you are suffering from some type of mental delusion.
Right? And here we are. They are. I'm giving JB some credit. That's just me. I mean, right now, I believe he should be the front runner for it.
I am all for giving someone their flowers and acknowledging the work that they are putting in. But just because Bickerstaff is doing this work, and as much as it pains me to say it, for what a team like the Chicago Bulls and what the Golden State Warriors are doing in their own right, we can talk enough about Steve Kerr and how he's basically given an automated system and coming in, taking over from Mark Jackson. But that being said, look at what he's able to do in getting the most talent out of guys like Gary Payton II. Look at all the talent that they have on this roster for Golden State, and having the ability to gel it all without Klay Thompson being the top seed in the NBA is not something that we can take for granted anymore. This team is finally giving us the promise of returning to NBA dominance after an abysmal season with injuries, dealing with getting a number 2 overall pick, which might soon turn into a guy like Domantas Sabonis if Myers can work his magic once again. But I am not going to put JB Bickerstaff getting coach of the year over a guy like Steve Kerr or giving the acknowledgement away for what Cleveland or Chicago has done. It's way too good for what those two teams have been able to do and produce on the court with what they have.
But like I said, the reason why I'm going to give it a JB is just the fact that Chicago, there was expectations for them to make some type of noise, Golden State, even though Klay was out, people said Steph needs to step up, and people were having a conversation that this was going to, have an impact, like this season was going to have an impact on Steph's legacy. So it's like you have expectations on both of those teams, and it's almost as if Cleveland was like, Cleveland's Cleveland. They're not really going to do much. And not only have they been thriving, but also they've been making sure that they have not pulled the Washington Wizards, been up there, and then when people start talking about them, all of a sudden start to tumble. You know what I mean? They've still been up there, and when people are saying, wow, Cleveland, now they're low-key kind of legit, they are still hanging in there. They are still winning. So for me, and again, what you're saying about Steve Kerr and Billy Donovan, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not, because we got to also be fair. A lot of people did say the Chicago Bulls should make some noise, but there was also some people who said that them getting DeMar DeRozan was the worst free agency signing that offseason, right? Like last offseason.
These are people that also don't watch basketball and don't appreciate it. And then, if we're going to talk about a guy like JB Bickerstaff and all of these other coaches, we really need to also give the flowers to a guy like Monty Williams, 25-5, atop the Western Conference. And not only that, atop the NBA as a whole. The Phoenix Suns are playing a perfect system. They have the most interchangeable team. When last I checked the stats, there were 6 players in double figure scoring and then 4 bench players that were close to averaging 10 points a game. Having that many guys on the roster, having that many mercenaries to be able to just throw in a game who can score at will, who can create and facilitate for other guys. Think about this. They revived the career of Cameron Payne. Yep. Thank you. Sorry. Momentary lapse of thought. That exactly. See, here I am trying to think of campaign, and I'm like forgetting who it is. That's how good of a Phoenix career he's had thus far. It's revived. It's true. Guys like Frank Kaminsky is a productive player. Who would have thought Frank Kaminsky, the tank?
Damn, it looks looks phenomenal. And again, and like I said, you bring it up, Monty Williams. I'm not mad because remember, this same team started 1-3, and now all of a sudden people are having questions. Yo, are they still legit? Was it just a one-hit wonder that they made it to the finals? And Monty Williams, he's got these guys. He got it everywhere. He sat down, had a conversation. Because to me, I feel like the problem the Phoenix Suns had was when they made the finals, they thought they were it now. Now they thought, oh yeah, this is all gonna be easy. And once you feel like that, you're losing. Period. If you don't believe me, go ask the 73-9 Golden State team that thought when they went to go play Cleveland, it was gonna be cake when they were up 3-1, and then let me know how that happened. So once you start feeling like that, you're putting yourself in a very, very awkward situation. Monty Williams handled his stuff. He came back, he regrouped, and was like, you know what? We all got to get it together. So again, I'm not saying JP Bickerstaff is running away with it, but if I'm going to have my vote right now, I'm going to JB. That's just me. But like I said, this is not to say that he's the only right choice. Because you can make, again, another person who can get a vote. Taylor Jenkins from Memphis. They're a 4th seed without John Morant.
Cavs winning by 40, calling it now. Damian Hernandez, I'm so sorry. I think it's Juancho Hernan Gomez who is currently out for the Celtics on COVID IR, so I think your opinion's invalid. Sorry, I just had to put it out there.
Hold on. Did you say Bickerstaff is the coach of the year?
If I was going to do my vote, I would give it to Bickerstaff. But like I said, you can make an argument for about 4 or 5 coaches.
If I had a choice, I'm going with Billy Donovan with the Chicago Bulls.
And that's fine.
That's fine. Chicago. That's just me.
No. Hey. And like I said, Freddie, it's really between 5 dudes. You know what I mean? So if you want to give it to Billy Donovan, I'm not mad.
But I know who it will not be. It will not be Frank Vogel.
Nah. It won't be Frank Vogel. We'll see what happens. But again,
look,
but Alex, you're going like this, acting like I said it was JP Bickerstaff versus everyone.
Well, because that's how you kind of phrase it. You want to phrase it.
Is that really phrased like that?
Yeah.
I just said he's a front runner.
You did.
That's what I said. I said he's the front runner, but that doesn't mean I'm saying that he's blow and behold.
Oh my God.
If I say Steph Curry's the front runner for MVP, does that mean that he's blowing out Kevin Durant? No, it just means that right now he's the guy who should be the favorite to win.
To be frank, as much as the argument is to be made for Steph currently, even though he broke a record and that also is going to push a lot of people in the public.
Oh, it is. I'm giving it to KD.
It's going to be KD.
You have to.
Right now.
You have to, because on top of that, he's doing all that with the amount of minutes he's doing. Like, come on. And on top of that, have you seen that roster? Like, outside the big 3, Brooklyn Nets is bad.
People want to talk about how LeBron James and the Lakers, and I know that this is a Celtics pregame talk, so I'm trying to eliminate my bias here, but we want to talk about how LeBron James has all of these pieces or is having to carry the team all by himself. Look at what Kevin Durant is doing in Brooklyn for this team. No Kyrie Irving. You're having the equivalent to a revolving door at a hotel for players on your roster. You don't have any continuity. And look at what he's done. This team is still currently atop the East at 21-9.
And on top of that, while you're saying that, I mean, and look, I'll be honest. I do believe LeBron James is carrying the Lakers. I do, right? I'm going to be honest. I do. But a lot of people are acting like LeBron James is the only one who's doing that in the league. And I'm like, look, if we're going to be honest, Kevin Durant's playing what? 38, 39. There's a couple games he played 40-plus minutes. Giving you an efficient 35 to 40.
At this point in the league, bro, let's be frank, so that all the fans who are tuning in, thank you again for tuning into the pregame chat. We're getting started for the live event now. People want to constantly point out how there is one dude carrying a load for a lot of teams. We pointed out, LeBron James, but there's Kevin Durant. There's a guy like Jason Tatum for the Celtics who's carrying the load of this team. You have on the Bulls, DeMar DeRozan. We can talk about all the accessory pieces, but he's carrying a lot of the weight for that team. You have on other squads, right? You can think of guys like we've constantly associated, Bradley Beal carrying the Wizards, Joel Embiid literally carrying the 76ers. It's not like this is a new whole idea for the teams.
Right.
This is something that's reoccurred. We are just now at a point in the season where so many players are out that we're seeing the true domino effect of one individual having to carry the weight of an entire team. Adonis carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. And right now, I'm loving watching the Lakers. I'm loving it.
And look, I'm torn. I really am torn because look, I am
Freddie shows up.
And by the way, for this the Boston Celtics, the starting lineup is Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown, and I just missed it, so I'm an idiot for that one. But
they just confirmed and released the lineups.
Yeah, yep, on mine, yep. So they did that, and they also released it for the
Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, but here's my thing. I love LeBron. I'm a LeBron stan. I'm gonna be honest, but so I'm kind of torn. Look, I love LeBron. I really do. It sucks that
Okay, so we have the lineups here. Sorry to interrupt. So for Cleveland, we have Darius Garland, Ricky Rubio, Lowry Markkanen finally making a start.
Yep.
Dean Wade, and ex-Celtic legend Taco Fall. Yes, shout out to Green Runs Deep and also the Spike King for constantly showing up to the Celtic games wearing a taco outfit. And then for your Boston Celtics, man, I love being able to say that. For your Boston Celtics.
Yes, sir.
Marcus Smart, Romeo Langford, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Time Lord Robert Williams.
Who just lost tip-off, by the way. What a guy.
Oof. Looks like your feed's ahead. Oh, wait. Yeah. My feed went from pregame. I had to switch it over.
Oof. That's right now. Laurie Markkanen down the block. Looks like Langford's on him. Up mid-ranger. Misses real bad. Time with the rebound. Gives it a Smart. Right now, I need to get Jaylen Brown for the 3. Cash. Let's go. Our first and only lead of the night. Let's go.
Oh, come on, baby. Let's load. All right, there we go.
Yeah. Now, look, for me, when it comes to what the Celtics need to do, first and foremost, you need to limit fast breaks opportunities because this is a team that will go for it. I think that was Garland with a nice little floater. They're going to need to limit it 100% because if once you start turning this into a little back and forth fast break match, it's going to be real tough, especially considering that we like half court. We kind of like that half court thing where, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown can kind of be ISO'd. So,
oh, my feed is behind you now. I'm at 10:42 still. See, the problem that I've had with this Celtics squad all year is that the expectation has not met the reality on the court. And it leads into what we were going to first discuss, which was Ime Udoka. Ime has had a rough first start to his NBA coaching career. The Celtics are 15-16, currently 9th in the Eastern Conference. And he came into the system, and I think most Celtics fans would agree, he thought, and Celtics fans thought, that he would inherit what the working system of Brad Stevens had. All he needed to do was get players back, get them healthy, and we'd be able to hit the ground running. But we've seen a lot of both offensive and defensive inefficiencies. There are moments like in multiple third quarters across the season where we've seen the Celtics sputter to score and have an inability. They settle for the jumpers or the three-point shot too much and get away too much from what they do best, having the ability to space the floor and slash to the basket, which is why I want to see guys like Brown take advantage of the slashing ability, taking advantage of the off-ball play, being able to go to the basket, and then ultimately, if he's able to kick out, he creates another open three-point shot for someone else.
Right. Celtics right now are up 6-2. It's going to be – this is the funniest jump ball I've ever seen. Maryland versus Taco Fall.
I just saw that.
Yeah, this is funny. But, I mean, look, to your point, it's like every single time we have the opportunity, we just mess it up. Every time. And like you said, and look, the problem we have, and please, Alex, if I'm wrong, let me know, right? But I feel like the problem we have is our two best players do the same thing.
Yes.
And they both lack something very critical, and that's passing. When Jason Tatum gets cold, He keeps shooting through it. Now, I don't mind that, but eventually when you have to say, all right, I need to stop, him and Jaylen Brown as well, they struggle getting everyone else involved. So I feel like if just one of them, Jaylen Brown with the mid-ranger, if just one of them, just one, could be solid at passing, I feel like this offense would open up so much more.
We're seeing that we're seeing Jason take a lot of the offensive load and being able to also distribute, especially when Brown goes out. And it's funny because we talked about how Portland has a similar issue where they have basically two of the same guys that do the same things,
right?
But together they don't equate to a team that can get them over the hump, which leads a lot of Celtics fans and a lot of the NBA to discuss whether or not it's worth trading one of the two pieces to gain and acquire something to take that next step. And most likely, given where the money lies, it'll probably be Jaylen Brown to get traded. He's on the better deal for most teams, as well as he has a higher capacity in terms of garnering pieces back without really taking away from what the Celtics are trying to build. Jaylen is a great talent, and as much as I don't want to lose him, if it means having to lose him to gain a true scoring or more pass-friendly point guard in something else, then I'd be comfortable with that. Like the player that I would ideally like to see join the Celtics, which might create a logjam, but at least that's something that we can start with, is acquiring a guy like Domantas Sabonis. If we were to able to make a move where it's Jaylen Brown and something else for Sabonis and maybe Miles Turner or a guard, probably not
Caris LeVert.
See, probably not Caris LeVert, considering he does a lot of what Jaylen does, and he needs the ball to be highly efficient. And what we're looking for is people who don't necessarily need the ball to be efficient, a lot more of off-ball action.
Imagine defensively. You know what I mean?
Defensively, he's solid, but that would then take away minutes from a guy like Marcus Smart, who's truly the guy you want on the floor almost at all times as a defensive stopper, as a guy who can occasionally hit a couple of threes and maybe not give you a headache. I'm telling you, I've never had so many headaches. I've had so many headaches from the last 6 years solely because I've seen Marcus Smart shoot so many threes that I've just gotten used to not needing Tylenol and living my everyday life with headaches.
Yeah, Time Lord with a sloppy turnover, which led to Ricky Rubio coming down, getting fouled. He will have 2 at the line. Boston is winning 8-7. Ricky Rubio hits a free throw, is now tied 8-8 more than likely.
It's now 9-8. Ricky hits the second free throw.
So what are we doing here? Langford is out.
Yep. So we have Smart, Tatum, Time Lord, Aaron Nesmith, and Jaylen Brown on the floor.
Yeah, which, and I get what you're –
Ooh, Robert Williams almost had a slam on Taco Fall and got the foul call.
Oof. Hold on.
Big boy moves. To everyone that's tuning in right now, thank you again. This is the ASAP Sports Network, and right now, Mr. Himes, the Time Lord slammed crew neck that he's currently rocking.
Hold on. No, show that up one more time.
To all the fans tuning in, here is Time Lord slamming on Anthony Davis. Yes, this is made by yours truly, blurred out, black and white. King Time Lord with the slam.
Go ahead, Freddie. Let us know why that's messed up. Go ahead, Freddie.
I just had to show my face. That's all.
Oh, okay.
Time Lord hits the first. He just made the same face that AD made when that slam went down.
Same face AD makes every time he's injured. Time Lord hits the first free throw. I know, low blow. I'm so sorry. Look, defensively, 1 for 2 for Time Lord. But defensively, what really worries me about this team, right? They have always been an emotional team. And what I mean by emotional is they play with energy and emotion. And it's like when they play their best defense when they're on a hot streak, right? It's really more.
Jaylen Brown with the short corner 3 from Marcus Smart before the shot clock ends. Let's go. The Celtics lead 12-9.
Let's go. But, the way I'm looking at it, man, it's tough because I'm seeing it right now. Butter. But when it comes to the defense, what really concerns me is the fact that when they get their heads down, their heads stay down. And I feel like that's where Ime kind of, I don't want to say he loses them, but I feel like that's an issue because that's, as a coach, you should be able to go to them and grabbed them and said, "Hey, come on, let's get it together. We got to get."
Yes.
And I will give him this credit. I will give him credit in terms of this. He tries. He tries more than Brad Stevens did. But maybe it's just me being a fan. I don't think it's enough.
I think that it's not. I think that it's not necessarily that. I think that he's still starting to find his groove and really set his tone in Boston. Think about it. We went from two different coaches with completely different attitudes. We had Doc Rivers, who was a very emotional coach that set the standard of Ubuntu. Then you go to Brad Stevens, who basically is like a garden gnome, shows no emotion, stays stoic like a gargoyle, but he's efficient and he's calculated. Now Ime seems to be a blend of that, someone who is calculated and someone who is also emotionally invested. We saw him get a technical for calling a foul call bullshit to the referee the other day.
Right.
That's something that I want to see more of. Having him get involved, and I remember him preseason saying something that stuck out. He never wants the guys to complain to the ref. It's my job to get the technicals and to complain to the ref. Let me do that. That's my job.
When he said that, that sends a great message to the locker room, because usually they're like, don't worry about it, let it go. He's giving you the notion is like, I'm not telling you how to let it go. I'm telling you how to put that on me, because I want to protect you guys. I will fight for you. So instead of you guys getting ejected, we have a solid a coaching staff on the bench. So if I get ejected, it is what it is. We'll be fine. Yeah. I would rather get ejected than Jason Tatum getting ejected, rather than Jaylen Brown. Even Marcus Smart, who is a very phenomenal spark plug. I love him coming off the bench because he's like that spark plug. I would rather be ejected rather than you guys, because if I'm gone, in terms of on the court, you guys still have the chance to win. So.
Yes, the heart and soul of the team is still on the court while the coaching presence is still felt because of what you've done.
Exactly.
The Celtics really, to me, the biggest problem for them defensively, watching their games, it doesn't seem like they have a problem with pick and roll defense. It's nothing about pick and roll. It's specifically the pick and pop and also defending the wings. They give up a lot of points to guys who are shooting from the wing, or a lot of wing players in general. And then they happen to have those games where a big man will go off and they're able to contain them because of a guy like Williams, Robert Williams in particular, or Al Horford. The Celtics have a lot of holes that they need to fill, and now we've made it to the first media timeout. The Celtics are up 12-10. 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Oof.
Yep. Which I will say this again. Maybe it's me nitpicking. I feel like we're settling for a couple threes I didn't like. I think it was Jason Tatum's first three. I didn't like that one at all because it didn't really look right. It still was kind of contested. We still had plenty of time on the shot clock, so you could have swung it to try to get someone else to look. And I love Jason Tatum. I really do. But like I said, and to touch on something you said earlier, because you said about, trading one of them, and you said it probably will be Jaylen Brown, because obviously the money makes sense. And in terms of that, most teams rather just want that shooter dude, so which kind of makes it a little easier for Jaylen Brown. The thing is, don't you think they're still both young enough where you can at least have one of them be a relatively decent passer? Or do you think at this point we're past that stage?
I don't think it's necessarily about being a better passer. That requires changing someone's game. And if these guys are set the way they are, look, they've found their niche in the NBA. They have found their way into the league, and they have set themselves up and gotten the money for the playing style that they currently have. A guy like Jaylen Brown is a great player, someone I want on my team through and through. But we've seen it too many times with the Portland Trailblazers, who have been unwilling to move from CJ McCollum for whatever reason. We've said it for years that they need to make a change. The Celtics at some point have to reassess and figure out whether or not this is a team that they are going to run with, whether or not Jaylen and Jason are going to be able to work together. No matter how much we can talk about how their on-court relationship is fantastic and their off-court relationship is fantastic, it means diddly squat if it's not adding up in the win column in the postseason. That's why this this is truly the time to reassess. And I find it to be most perplexing because Brad Stevens comes in for his first year as a GM, having to face whether or not he has to trade a guy like Jaylen Brown. And if he does, that's going to be the first thing that defines his career. This season is a career-defining year for a guy like Brad Stevens because he may have gotten the big bucks and also was able to get Danny Ainge to leave the seat, which ultimately is a good thing for the Celtics. It doesn't change the fact that if nothing comes from this team in the first 2 seasons of Brad being a GM, they're going to have to make moves. And it does not matter how much Jason would love to play with Bradley Beal. All you're doing at that point is trading for an older version who's more scoring oriented and a worse defender than Jaylen Brown with more money on the floor.
If I was about to say, if you do that, you're taking a step backwards. You're taking a step backwards.
Jalen sets up Robert Williams for the alley-oop lay-in. He's looking good so far. Celtics lead 14-10. Ooh.
Yes,
we're on the break. Tatum's marching down court. He's setting up. He rolls off the screen from Williams, takes it to the basket. Oh, and he lets one go too high over Kevin Love. Oof.
Look, so far, I'm liking how the Celtics are playing relatively. Like I said, there's a couple shots I disagree with. But again, that's probably just me nitpicking.
You want to know what you can nitpick? And this is what every Celtic fan knows. Every time you have Jalen and Jason on the court together, it's one of their nights. Jalen Brown, 8 of the Celtics' 14 points. Make that 10 of the Celtics' 16 points. This is a Jalen Brown scoring night. He's 4 of 5 currently. The Celtics lead 16-12.
And that's the thing about Jaylen Brown. This dude is a bucket. Go ahead, Freddie.
Hey, you guys said you guys need a player that can get the ball, to pass the ball, to facilitate the others.
No.
There's a player in LA by the name Russ. We'll give him to you.
Yeah, we already took the old Laker point guard who's actually proven to be better than the current Laker point guard, so we'll stick with Dennis.
Yeah.
On the break, Garland kicks back out to Cedi Osman, who hits a 3. And this is a man that I still don't know how he has a place in the NBA, but Cedi Osman consistently proven me wrong.
You don't like Cedi?
I've never been a Cedi Osman fan.
Wow. I think he's solid. I like him. I think on a championship team, I think he can contribute.
I'll give you a reason why you like Cedi Osman.
Because I'm a loser?
No, because he looks like the type of player who'd play for the Celtics. Oh, Robert Williams fighting down low. Get the rebound, and he gets the lay-in off the glass, bumping off of Kevin Love. There we go, Time Lord. Celtics lead 18-15 with 4:20 left in the first. Green. And this is such an interesting lineup. Seeing Lauri Markkanen coming off the bench, like I remember saying going into this season that like last year in particular, Cleveland and Orlando were the places that big men's careers go to die.
Yes.
Considering they had Drummond, they had Jared Allen, they had Taco Fall, they had Kevin Love. And here we are. Look, Evan Mobley has been a stud for these Cavs. Woo! Aaron Nesmith, the short corner 3. Celtics lead 21-17. I should probably start calling out Cavs plays to make this even. Garland takes it to the basket, dumps it off to Markkanen, who draws the foul on Jaylen Brown in the post.
Look, right now, and let me give let me give these guys a little bit of credit. When I say these guys, the Cavs, they're shooting 1 for 7 from 3, and somehow it's only a 4-point game. Like the Celtics were 4 from 8 from 3. And that just kind of shows you that. And a lot of the threes that the Cavs are taking are like some fast break type of threes. You know what I mean? Like in the half court, they're kind of, they haven't really been depending on that. Outside of that Cedi 3, they haven't really been overly depending on it.
The Cavaliers are shooting 6 of 20, while the Celtics are shooting a cool 9 of 16.
Now, how many? And probably what? Like you said, 9 for 16. What? 12 of those is
JB.
Brown? Like
for those who don't know, that is Jaylen Brown.
Right, dog. Like
we are currently 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter, and Jason Tatum is 0 of 3, 0 of 5 total with 0 points. Jaylen Brown, jumper, 12 points in the first quarter.
With the NBA trade deadline coming soon, what trades do y'all think will make a big impact?
Oh, man. See, this is the same question. For those who don't know, I have a couple of radio programs. One, Don't At Me with Alex and Michael, based in Southern California, as well as Courtside Radio from the Good News Radio out here in SoCal. And we discussed this just recently, talking about what potential big trades would be made and what could be impactful. Of course, you have to mention the most notable and obvious. It's going to be Ben Simmons. Wherever Ben goes, a power shift will occur in the NBA, whether it's with a top team or whatever Philadelphia ends up netting back in return will lead to Philadelphia being potentially a better team than they currently are. Oh my gosh. Taco Fall with the vicious block on Dennis Smith for the fast break lay-in. Holy crap. Yeah, you got me to mispronounce cow wrong. That's how good of a block that was. Take a look at this, ladies and gentlemen, who's watching in. Taco barely jumps and just slaps that away while Dennis slides on the floor. We have reached our timeout.
You said it was Dennis Smith. It's Dennis Schroeder.
Dennis Schroeder, I'm so sorry. Excuse me.
Sorry. The block was so legit. It had you all over the place because I literally just saw it.
Gosh.
And like, if I'm not mistaken, Alex, if I'm not mistaken, Taco Fall went on his tippy toes. I don't even think that was a joke.
Barely. Barely. I'm pretty sure I still saw court. I didn't see air in between the feet. Oh, look at that. Look who's getting honored right now. It's Leon Poe. Oh, my gosh. To the fans that are tuning in who aren't able to view the game, they're showing highlights of the 08 Celtics squad. We're seeing the White Mamba put in work. Oh, my gosh, he's there. We got Leon and Brian in the building. Oh, my gosh.
Brian Scalabrine is doing the commentary, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. He's play-by-play.
He's the color guy.
But we got Leon Poe there, too. We got to take them. All Celtics fans should be smiling and clapping to themselves right now.
Jesus,
people forget that Leon Poe was one of the major reasons why we won that title.
And nobody wants to talk about that. And it's like, look, listen, you know how usually every time there's those one or two guys off the bench that you're like, thank God we had him. That's who he was for us. Like off the
Leon Poe,
nobody ever wants to give him proper respect. He's like one of the best role players ever. Maybe I'm just saying that because I'm a Celtic fan.
I'm gonna grab some water real quick.
Go ahead, handle. But Damian, to answer your question, in terms of which, obviously, like you said, Damian, Ben Simmons, Damian Lillard. One name to also keep an eye out for, Colin Sexton, because they still kind of want to trade him. Will, with him having a torn meniscus, will anyone really take a chance on him, or will they kind of shrug their shoulders and wait it out? Buddy Hield could potentially be on the block as well, because they still want him. Marvin Bagley could potentially be out. Obviously, people are going to talk about Russ, but there's a few names out there. I mean, hey, if the Timberwolves get sick of it and blow it all up, they might trade Karl Anthony Towns. Like, there's a lot of names that could potentially be out there. So
there are a ton of names that are potentially on the move, but I would say the biggest game changers would be Ben Simmons. And like I had said, depending upon where Ben goes, it's not necessarily about what team he goes to, because most likely he'll end up on a team similar to Orlando, someone who has a lot to offer in terms of salary cap space and flexibility, as well as picks and potentially a star player, a budding star. It's what Philadelphia would get in return that would aid them, considering they're still a team fighting in the Eastern Conference. Then you have a guy like Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield could get moved, and wherever he ends up getting moved, we've already talked about him being associated with the Lakers. That could be a game changer for whatever team he goes to. But I think like the big names to really focus on would be Domantas Sabonis of the Indiana Pacers, because wherever he ends up going, he will be a baller, a triple-double waiting to happen, and a problem every team. And
he's starting.
Ben Simmons, of course, you have to make that of light. You can throw the Damian Lillard out there if you want to be another version of the skeptics that consider him being on the move literally every season, every which way. But I would put my chips and my money on Jaylen Brown being a sneaky candidate to potentially get traded or to be watching, because if he gets traded, the deadline and the NBA landscape will change dramatically overnight.
Yep. Yeah, and
Kevin Love with the Nick Cook shot in the post. The Celtics lead 25-21. Dennis Schroeder takes the mid-range J. I almost said Smith again and misses.
Yeah.
You heard about that story, right? Let's take a moment to talk about the broader NBA. You heard the story about Rick Carlisle and Dennis Smith Jr.? Oh, we got a Taco Fall alley-oop slam. Ricky Rubio lobs it up, and Taco Fall basically puts his arms up and just slams it down without jumping.
Just stretches
down 23-25.
And this is kind of going to this is going to what I was talking about. It's those 5. No. It's just I'm not yawning. I'm just disappointed already because this is what I've been saying. There's gonna be the 5 to 10 minutes where they blow it, and I'm just scared. Is this the beginning of it? Like,
no, it's way too early in the game. We've known. I would like to think that last year's postseason. Oh my gosh, Ricky Rubio with the steal off the Dennis Schroeder bad pass, and Ricky takes the foul in transition. Cavs heading to the line. They're down 4. Here's the replay now. Currently. Oh, he actually got 4 inches off the ground. There you go. Sky Taco soaring in.
Sky Taco. He said 4 inches off the ground. Sky Taco.
Sky Taco. Air Taco putting all of the cheese on the taco, getting ready for the slam. But the Dennis Smith story. So Rick Carlisle.
I heard about that. It's rough.
Okay, so it's fans rough that are tuning in. Rick Carlisle was previously the head coach and won a ring with the Dallas Mavericks. They had and drafted one Dennis Smith Jr., who was a highly touted and highly rated player, highly rated guard, athletic, two-way
and at the time,
player.
The expectations of him was like the expectation they put on Luka Doncic. Like this dude, when they got him, he was supposed to be that dude to carry the Dallas Mavericks into the next generation. So
he was supposed to start. He was supposed to be the next face in Dallas or a steady face to build around. And the reports have come out that, Jaylen Brown with the running floater. Currently now, Brown is killing it. He has a grand total of 16 points out of the Celtics' 29 in the first quarter.
It's in the first quarter. That's crazy.
Right? So Dennis Smith and the exchange between him and Rick Carlisle is the reports are that Carlisle made Smith's life a living hell in Dallas, trying to prevent him from getting the maximized talent that he can produce and put out on the court, and causing him to lose a love of basketball to a degree. And thankfully, Dennis was able to escape. It may have not worked out in New York, but now we're finally hearing the real story. And it's funny how it all came at the end or the tail end of Rick Carlisle's career in Dallas, which should tell you a lot in that we might not know a lot of what was going on behind the scenes, because Carlisle may have not just been let go or quit. Could have been a lot more. So what are your thoughts?
And there have been rumors that him and Luka Doncic haven't seen eye to eye. So it could be a potential that Mark Cuban and the Mavs organization was like, yeah, we're not doing that bad pet. Why would you think? All right, I'm not gonna kid myself an aneurysm. You see Pritchard kind of cutting away and you still throw it.
Celtics lead 29-26, 35 seconds left in the first, and it is your Celtics basketball. God, I love it.
But who's okay? So, all right. So Kevin Love is getting out.
Ennis kicks out. Aaron lets it off and drops it to Dennis. Dennis is standing at the top of the key, and he's taking it to the basket, drops it back to Ennis Freedom, who doesn't know what to do with the basketball, and somehow gets the turnaround hook shot to bounce in. You got to love the commentating. Celtics lead 31-26 with 10 seconds remaining. Ricky Rubio walking up court. He swings it over to Wade, who tries for the turnaround jumper over Ennis Freedom and misses. Taco Fall going for the basketball and doesn't get the shot to fall before the buzzer ends. The first quarter ends. The The Celtics lead 31-26.
Woo!
16 points from Jaylen Brown, the man that we've been talking about all day, and it breaks my heart because this is a player that I was so high on once the Celtics drafted him out of Cal. And I thought that he was going to be a great pairing for Tatum, but once we saw rookie Jason Tatum take over the way he did, bringing us within about 10 minutes of an NBA Finals berth on the backs of a rookie, it made me think to myself, Jaylen Brown's days are numbered.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. And again, listen, Jaylen Brown could be the number one guy on any team, and they'd be successful. That's how talented he is. It's just, unfortunately, Jason Tatum is just better.
I think, okay, hear me out on this. I think that Jaylen Brown, and I might sound like a heretic for this, I think Jaylen Brown is the better all-around offensive player in terms of consistency, but I think Tatum has the ability to knock down tougher shots, has the ability to stay more consistently hot, and also facilitate the ball more. So he's a better, well-rounded player, but I do happen to think that Brown's ability to slash to the basket, use his body against bigs, as well as knocking down tough jump shots, hitting the mid-range and spreading the floor with his three-point shooting capability, I think honestly that Brown does have an advantage as a better offensive, consistent player, but Tatum is just an all-around better player and a tougher shot maker. Shalom! Shalom, child. Happy holidays. Happy holidays from the A-Shot Network Sportscast.
She just ran. But if I understand you correctly, and if I'm wrong, let me know. You like Brown better in terms of the consistency and the way that he's just a more consistent 3-level scorer.
Yes.
But you like the fact that Jason Tatum hits those shots that should not be falling and can go and is more likely to go nuclear. Is that, am I getting it right?
Yes. I think that Jason has the ability to get hot out of nowhere, and Jason also has the ability to knock down tougher shots. And I think that he plays better than Brown does playing off ball. I think Jaylen does need the ball to really be efficient, but in the same breath, both of these guys have a lot of similar ability, but they just vary ever so slightly. There we go. Dennis Schroeder again. Dennis Schroeder passes out to Peyton Pritchard, who hits the corner triple. There we go, baby.
The effects of the taco slam is still strong around here.
Oh my gosh. I'm having a taco aneurysm right now.
I love Pritchard, bro. Oh my God, I love this kid.
Peyton Pritchard is a very underrated player and deserves to get way more time and credit in the Celtics system. I am very high on him. Yes. And I even said going into this offseason, if the Celtics weren't able to pick up a point guard, I would be fully fine having Peyton Pritchard start at point guard with his scoring ability and his facilitation ability.
And if you don't want to start him, fine. If you want to, if you don't want to start him, fine. He should be one of the first people off the bench.
Oh, of course he is. 100%.
I understand you want but speaking of bench, a man we have yet to see, Joe Johnson, full circle. Do you expect him to get any playtime today?
I expect Joe Johnson to get a ton of playing time considering the lack of depth that we and most teams currently have due to COVID. I expect at some point we will see Joe Johnson on the court, whether it's during a, 12 to 13 point lead or if it's in garbage time towards the end of the game. He will get into the game and start building the trust with Udoka to start playing him in more. I think that Joe Johnson is here to stay. Oh, off the steal by Robert Williams. Jason Tatum takes it down court, kicks it back to Dennis, who misses the three.
That's why
Cavs are down 9. Ricky Rubio leading the break. Oh, Robert Williams again preventing a pass. Dennis Schroeder comes up with the steal and draws the foul on the break by Kevin Love, who's now complaining to the ref.
I love Time Lord. I do. His energy, his hustle. I love him. Kevin Love, and listen, the past 4 plays that Kevin Love has been involved in, he made a wide open 3 and he was running away saying something to the ref.
Yep.
So I'm not sure what's going on, but I think it's a compound situation.
Oh, Dennis lobs it up for Robert Williams, who misses the alley-oop slam attempt but corrals the loose ball for the putback lay-in. Celtics lead 37-26, 10:30 to go left in the second. Oof.
And again, Robert Williams, he missed it. And before the instant he touches the ground, bounces right back up, secures the offensive board.
There's your guy, Peyton Pritchard, with the fast break lay-in. It's a timeout in the second quarter. The Celtics lead 39-26, 10:18 to go.
That is my guy. I love Peyton, bro. I love him.
You love to see it,
bro. And the thing is like, he reminds me a little bit of Brad Stevens on the floor, right? Where he kind of he doesn't really, in terms of emotion, he doesn't always give you emotion. No, I'm just talking about the fact that, you know how you say it, like the Brad Stevens was like stone face and whatnot. Peyton Pritchard, he kind of does the same thing in terms of
look on my face.
Why are you trying to say that I'm saying comparing him in terms of talent or something like that?
No, I just wanted to see a reaction.
Oh, no, because I was about to say I can't be that. Oh, because like, look, Peyton, he's not like, I don't want to say he's not a spark plug, but he's a different kind of spark plug. Like Marcus Smart, he's a spark plug with energy. Peyton Pritchard, he's like, hey, yo, y'all need a clutch layup. I beat it, and everyone else is like so hype, and you just see him like.
I want to take a moment to speak on behalf of Celtics Nation. Tell me if you agree with me by the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
For as much smack as we talk about Marcus Smart, this guy is 5th or 6th still or currently on the Celtics all-time three-point mades list. This guy is the defensive heart of the Boston Celtics. I love him to death off the court. I love him on the court, especially when he's hitting shots. I hate him when he's missing shots. But Marcus, if you ever see this, just know all of Celtics Nation loves you and appreciates all that you do on the court. You just managed to piss us off so often with the three-point shot. That's all it is.
And the thing is the reason you piss us off is because we expect more from you. Like we're getting mad at you because there are times where you're shooting a contested 3. And look, if you're shooting a wide open 3 that you get, like, you know, they're swinging the ball and you're shooting a wide open short corner 3, or just top of the key and you're wide open, that's fine. Don't shoot the ball when you're getting double coverage, bro. Why are you ignoring someone in the corner when they're wide open, or even in the paint? There have been times where Time Lord is by himself in the paint and Marcus Smart just still throws it up. So it's like, and you're right, we love you, we do, but Marcus Smart, you're better than that, bro. You're smarter than that.
All right. So from a Celtic fan to a Celtic fan, since we're covering a Celtics game, I want to ask you, what's one shot missed by the Celtics that broke your heart?
Like all
there
time?
Has to be one shot.
All time?
Anytime that you remember that you physically watched and saw it happen.
I forgot what year it was. It was the last year of the Big 3 when we took Miami. When we took Miami 7. I think it was Paul Pierce who missed
the 3.
I think it was like and I want to say it was in the fourth quarter, but it wasn't the end. It was like when we needed a bucket and he missed it, and he started running like him. Everyone looked so tired.
Yep.
And that is the first time I saw Paul Pierce and said, "Huh, he's old."
Yep.
Like that broke my heart. because as a fan, I've been a fan, and when I started being a fan of the Celtics, Paul Pierce was there.
Yep.
Like Paul Pierce was there, so it's like I'm looking at him, and all of a sudden, I notice the hairline, which he never had one to begin with, but now it's getting cracks. Yeah, and it's like he just looked old, and that hurt me bad. I was like, oh my God.
Game 7. I still to this day have not rewatched, and I refuse to rewatch the 2010 NBA Finals series. Ooh. And now, to be frank, like, especially being that I'm from Los Angeles, and although
here comes Freddie. Here comes Freddie. He's smiling. I see him. There it is.
And although I'm not a Laker fan, but I am of utmost a big Kobe Bryant lover. I got to watch him in the city growing up as a kid. Even if it was against my team, I was watching Kobe play, and I loved it every moment. Watching Rondo miss the last 3-point attempt in Game 7 was the hardest pill for me to swallow. As soon as that shot didn't go in, and I thought that it had a chance because it looked like a bank shot, and even though Rondo even though he wasn't the shooter, I had faith. And it's when that shot didn't go in, I said, it's over.
And that shot gets me angry. You know what I mean? Like, that shot gets me tight because it's like.
That was the last chance.
That was, yeah, because and even watching live, I was like, yep, he missed it. We're beat. It is what it is. But that's why I'm saying that shot gets me tight. When I'm talking about the Paul Pierce one, that breaks my heart because it's like, for Celtics, that's the end of an era. You know what I mean?
It was an end of an era. See, I view it the same way, though, for 2010. As soon as we lost that year, as soon as that shot wasn't in, I said to my mom, and my stepdad, who does work with the Lakers, a big Laker fan, I was crying, and he was saying he felt bad for me. And all I could say is, that's the last time I'll see these guys together in green in the NBA Finals. I knew it. And it happened. Oh, my gosh. Blast from the past. May 8th, 1992. Reggie Lewis scores 36 points to win in the Eastern Conference semifinals in Game 3 against the Cleveland Cavaliers. That's a guy who's forgotten in Celtics lore.
A legitimate bucket.
Oh, all right. So we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry to cut you off. We're back. It's now 9 minutes to go, 41-30. The Celtics lead. Tatum kicks out to an open Pritchard for 3, and it front rims. Denzel Valentine pulls down the rebound. That's a name I haven't said in forever.
Denzel Valentine?
Yep. Oh, we got an airmail from Seti Osman. We love that next day air delivery, fresh. Shout out to those who know Next Day Air, one of the great movies, Most Def.
Isn't that their second Air Bowl? So yep. I think marketing had one.
Rubio finds Denzel in the corner for the short corner 3. Cavs trail 41-33, 8.5 to go in the second.
Stop playing.
This team, even though they are depleted, I got to give the Cavs credit. They still managed to plug holes with lots of random dudes. Oh, Taco Fall with the big-time 1-inch off-the-ground block on a Tatum floater. Romeo Langford denies the pass into Taco Fall, and Tatum draws the foul on Osman, attempting to steal the basketball back. Is this that moment where I'm going to have to do it? I'm going to do it. Tell me when you see it. Tell me when you see the Romeo Langford play.
Oh, I just saw it.
You did?
Oh, I just saw it.
All right, look at the screen now.
I'm looking.
Get big! Get big! Taco time, not today. Oh, Dennis with the missed opportunity, rolling off the screen, kicks the ball, sets Tatum up, who takes the 3 and front rims it like an airmail shot. Oh, boy. Cavs on the break. Garland takes it to the basket. Oh, Dennis strips him, but he gets called for the reach-in foul. Where's Ime Udoka with the bullshit call played right now? I need that. Oh,
Oh my god.
You're killing me, guys. You killed me all this season.
This is what I'm saying.
And
That's what I've been saying, bro. And it's a collective 5 to 10 minutes. It's like a 1 minute stretch here. It's a 2-minute stretch there. That's what they've been doing, bro.
Currently, the Cavs are on a 9-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 15 seconds. All right, Tatum playing iso ball, rolls off the Robert Williams screen and hits the open mid-range J. Celtics lead 43-35, 7:17 left in the second. So let me tell you, that is Tatum's first points of the night.
Yes. If I'm Jason Tatum, it's tough, but I'm working that mid-range for a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Especially against the team whose most of the lineup is actually short enough for Tatum to have the advantage, especially on screens and mismatches.
Right. Like, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, Taco Fall, he already blocked one of your shots. So you work that mid-range, he's not to step up. That gives you a better opportunity to cut around him. So
Peyton Pritchard slinks to the basket and takes the mid-range J from the line and hits it. There we go. PP jumper, baby. Celtics lead 45-35, 6:25 left in the second. Steady. They called that a foul on Dennis?
I'm about to see it right now.
What type of hooey-fooey nonsense BS is that? Look at the crafty play.
Wait a minute. Isn't the rule here to eliminate plays like that?
Apparently. But this is where I play that famous scene. Not!
Apparently not, because literally they made that rule to stop for plays like that.
But it only apparently applies to the NBA stars, not to the secondary, third stringers, and the journeymen, the G Leaguers, and the people who they basically signed, like Shane Falco and the replacements for the NFL movie, getting people off the streets to fill in for these teams. Seti goes 2 for 2. Celtics lead 45-37. Cavs are storming back, and they're making their way into this and calling it a game. Peyton Pritchard takes it up court. Tatum takes the pass, tries to split between two defenders, gets the mismatch on Valentine. Tatum curls off the Williams screen, and they called a moving screen on Williams. Oh, they're giving a technical?
Oh, fine. Hold on.
JB Bickerstaff, so fans, I don't have volume, but Tatum is at the free throw line for a technical foul. Let's find out who it was on.
Hold on.
Interesting. Who's the technical foul on? Tatum sinks the technical free throw, by the way. Taco Fall called for the defensive 3-second violation. The tree trunk in the post called for the 3-second violation, and he's still looking confused. I know Taco.
So it's not so it's not a technical.
Well, it is. It's a technical free throw. It's a 3-second violation that leads to a technical.
No. I know, because when you said a technical, I thought you meant a technical foul. I thought someone had gotten teed up.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I thought
that's
so
what I'm
too.
saying. But because I just listened to the audio and they said that it was a defensive 3-second violation. So okay, so yeah, now that makes some sense. So
we got
because they showed JB Bickerstaff and it looked like he was about to start screaming at someone.
We got an injury timeout. Denzel Valentine is bleeding from the hand. He will be okay, fans. Don't worry.
Bro. That's a bad one. Look at that. Oh my God. They got a needle out and everything. Oh my God. Oh my God. So the TD Garden, it just opened. A helicopter is coming in. Wow. Denzel Valentine fell to the floor. Oh my God. Now he's tweaking. Oh my goodness. This does not look good.
You had me looking at my feed real quick, wondering, what am I missing?
No, I'm just being sarcastic.
Oh, my God, bro.
Listen, there's going to be that one person that goes, Denzel Valentine, look what he played through. What a trooper. And it's like, fam, he got scratched by someone who, didn't cut their nails. Let's relax.
Anytime anyone says that, I remind them about the LeBron play where he got poked in the eye and he sat there like he had double vision looking through 3D glasses for 2 minutes. And then you have a guy like Pilar for the Mets who literally gets, Tatum curls off the screen and hits the three. Beautiful form. Celtics lead 49-37. JT for three. The leading scorer for the Cleveland Cavaliers is Darius Garland. Garland splits the defense and knocks down the push floater, patented by one Rashawn Holmes. Cavs trail 49-39.
First three. Listen, it is the first three for Jason Tatum. So
Tatum curls off the screen and hits the three again. Tatum with 12 points in the second quarter.
Started slow, starting to heat up.
Oh boy, we're gonna have an interesting third quarter.
Yes, we are. Because here's the thing with how he is when Jaylen Brown gets back in.
He's in the game right now.
He's back in now?
Yeah, he's in. Cedi Osman takes the three over Tatum. And
I see him now. I see him now.
Tatum hands it off to Brown. Brown feeds it back. Tatum fighting on the wing with Cedi Osman. Curls off the Williams screen. And the three rolls out. But Romeo Langford, get big, baby. Slam the pass back out to Jaylen Brown, who's weaving through the post, taking his time. 6 seconds left on the shot clock. Brown curls off the Williams screen. Pulls up for the mid-range J and sinks it. Here we have a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Jaylen Brown with 18 points. Jason Tatum with 12 points in the third quarter alone. The Celtics are up 54-39 or 54-41 after the Garland lay-in. It's so odd, man. I'm looking at some of these teams. I wish that the Celtics had made a play. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Robert Williams, but I would have loved to see the Celtics make a play for a guy like Jared Allen.
Bro, I wanted Jared Allen so bad.
God, I would love to see that afro in green coming in to slam it down. But that does not mean I have anything against Braids throwing down an alley-oop slam like a goddamn monster over Anthony Davis. Oh, my God. Robert Williams jumper over Taco Fall. Oh, it's no good.
That is what? 3 almost bangers Robert Williams had?
Taco Fall fighting against Robert Williams in the post and is looking like he doesn't know how to play basketball. Draws the foul on Jaylen Brown after missing a horrible layup. Come on, Taco. You might not be a Celtic, but even Ennis Freedom could have hit that shot, and he's not an offensive prowess player.
Taco Fall is so slow.
Taco Fall sometimes makes me think of a third grader who's just 7 feet tall trying to play AAU basketball. Nothing whatsoever. Nothing whatsoever.
I'm not laughing because Taco Fall's my boy. That's my boy. I'm defending Taco Fall. I said he was good. I did say he looked slow. You're making jokes on Taco Fall. That's my boy right there. I wish he never left. That's my boy. I'm gonna be a TO. That's my center.
Damian Hernandez in the chat, non-NBA news, but the coroner's report is finally back. Vincent Jackson, former NFL player, died from chronic alcohol abuse. R.I.P. Vincent Jackson. It's
Yep, it's a shame, yeah. It was a shame, man, and it's crazy because it's one of those situations where no one really knew, and by the time people started finding out, it was too late.
I will say the one thing that I am grateful for about this new generation, and generation being the kids, my sister is a teacher for kids with special needs, but a teacher nonetheless. And what she's noticed is that kids are really not interested in getting drunk or drinking alcohol, and they think that drinking and driving isn't cool. Whereas like 20, 25 years ago, our generation, you had kids doing that recklessly, getting caught and dying. We had a child from my high school who was in my sister's grade, actually, pass away. Do you remember years ago the Prison Break actor that got into a car accident and killed a couple of high school students?
Yeah, that kind of sounds familiar a little bit.
Those were students from my high school, and they were in my sister's grade, people that they knew. And they were getting alcohol to go to a house party. He tried to impress them, and he sped and hit a tree over here in Beverly Hills. And I'm just thankful for that. The new generation is starting to look at alcohol as something, as a treat, not something to use and abuse. And my prayers are out there for Vincent Jackson's family. I hope that you find some solace in this time. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah, 100%. Most of his tenure when he was with the Buccaneers, nothing. You know what I mean? No one really said anything about him, having any issues. If I'm not mistaken, he did have a couple issues early in his career. I think he was on the Chargers.
Yep,
if I'm wrong, he was, right? I just want to make sure, because if I'm wrong,
he was 83 on the Chargers, if I remember.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think. Oh, and I was about to ask that too. I swear they found the CTE diagnosis too. So,
oh man,
it's that whole situation. Not a good situation.
Well, we at the ASAP Sports Network and me at the TGN Radio and from Don't At Me send our deepest condolences to the Jackson family, and so does Big Pride over here.
Yeah, I just hope he's him and his family. He now that he's passed away, hopefully the torment, he's okay, and hopefully his family can get over it.
Off the Tatum steal, he takes it down court with the nice assist and find to Ennis Freedom, who throws down the Statue of Liberty hammer. Give it to him, Ennis. Tell him let freedom ring. Celtics lead 56-43 with 2:40 left in the second. Oh, man. Me, oh, my.
That was a good one. That was a banger.
The hammer. Oh, look at this sick dish with the quick let off. Oh, my God. Yeah, just stare at him, Ennis. Raise the roof. There we go, baby. Get the hammer. Oh! Robert Williams trying to get his footing off the bench to get up and celebrate the slam. You saw him try and grab the ground and slip his feet on the sideline. Beautiful. You'll love to see it. And look at Pride sipping the coffee, getting into the game.
I'm scared, bro. I'm scared. Because every single time the Celtics do this, I get excited. And then something happens.
Oh, well, the NBA StatCast feed is currently ahead of both of our feeds, and it looks like good things are coming.
I hope so.
Jaylen Brown. Wow. Jaylen Brown, 7 of 9, 20 points. 20 of the Celtics, 58 points.
Jeez.
All right, Ricky Rubio on the wing, trying to find and create some separation from Marcus Smart. Oh, Smart slaps the pass, and Ennis gets the steal. Smart's running up court, 2 minutes left in the second. Splits the defense. Smart kicks out back to Dennis. Dennis swings it over to Jaylen, who starts weaving into the post. Kicks back out to Tatum to reset. Tatum's got the mismatch on Markkanen. Oh, with the behind-the-back dribble with 5 seconds left, Tatum knocks down the step-back jumper over Lowry Markkanen. Celtics lead 60-43.
Oh, my
Woo!
God. I'm about to watch that step back right now.
Filthy, baby, filthy. Ricky Rubio.
Just so seamless. Oh, my God.
Rubio gets blocked by Ennis in the post. Kevin Love with the putback and the foul on Jaylen Brown with 1:34 left in the second. Cavs are down 15. Here's the replay. Look at this. This is what I mean by tough shot maker and creator. Look at that.
Yes. Beautiful. And listen, had 0. He's got a total of, 11 points now? He had 0 in the first quarter.
Yep.
Every single one of his points came in the second quarter. God.
Kevin Love at the line to shoot one, and it rattles in. Cavs down 14. Your scoring leaders currently are Jaylen Brown with 20 points for the Boston Celtics and 11 points from that cold man, Darius Garland from the Cleveland
Romero Langford is leading us in rebounding with 6.
Oh,
and Dennis Schroeder is leading us in assists with 4. So
Dennis on the wing right now, biding his time. Ooh, who is that? Dean Wade slaps the ball out of bounds. It's Celtics ball with 1:11 remaining. Oof. This is going to be a grueling 1 minute and 11 seconds, I'll tell you that much. There's no Robert Williams in, so there's no alley-oop slam in the plans just yet. 7 seconds left. Tatum works on Wade, kicks out while falling to Langford, who takes the three and sinks it. Romeo Langford with the rainbow. 63-46, the Celtics lead. Holy crap, look at those numbers. The Celtics are shooting 42% from three versus the Cavaliers, who are shooting 14%, 1-4. Garland tries to work on it. He's getting double teamed, who kicks over to Markkanen. Markkanen's three is blocked by Jason Tatum. Schroeder runs on the break. Marcus Smart with the step-in three, which was a terrible shot and misses, of course. But Romeo Langford corrals the rebound. 9 seconds left on the shot clock. 20 seconds remaining. Tatum with the ball, trying to work on Ricky Rubio. He weaves through. He pops out to Langford for the corner three, and no good. Garland in transition gets the bank shot to fall with 7.8 remaining. Celtics lead 63-48. Cavs trail by 15. We got 4 seconds remaining. Dennis Smith walking up court slowly, and the lay-in is no good. All air. Celtics lead at the end of the second, going into the half, 63-48. Woo! Got some good basketball going on right now.
I was scared. I'm not going to lie to you. I was scared.
I think how many times now on my counter? That is the 16th time in an hour and 16 minutes, no doubt, that you have said you are scared.
Yes. And again, this is just, and you understand what I mean by this. You understand. This is just the day in the life of a Celtics fan this year. That's just a day in the life of a Celtics fan this year. The expectations was, I thought the East, but even with Ben Simmons, we were giving the 76ers a hell of a time. We were giving them trouble. So I thought, we would be able to contend in that upper echelon, right? And boy, oh boy, young Pride. Oh my God, that poor kid in the NBA
Repeat what you just said.
Yes. Yep. Pause. That poor child. You said what?
What did you say again?
That poor young child in the preseason.
Young Pride.
Poor young kid, bro. That immature child who
the
thought
Celtics fan straight from West Hollywood, California. We have young Pride in the building.
Look, bro, I'm so scared. And it's crazy because again,
the comment of the day: Pride looked like a nervous kid waiting for his SAT scores.
I'm so scared right now. You don't understand. That's now 18 times I've said it. We right now, we should. Let me say it again. We should be in a comfortable position where we should be winning. Right?
We should is usually what we say consistently in Celtics fan nation.
And then what ends up happening?
My dad used to say this about how I do my exams or how I was as a kid studying for exams and taking them. We shit the bed.
Yes. 100%. Like there's just no, like, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. Like right now, I'm holding my breath and I'm hoping and praying we don't mess this up. So it's 63-48. Jason Tatum started off rough. He's 4 for 12, but he's picked up in the second quarter of 11 points. Jaylen Brown has given us 20. Time Lord, respectable 9. Pritchard has given us 7. I'm liking how we're playing. Again, there's a couple threes I didn't like. I thought were a little ill-advised. but I'm willing to live with that if it's going to get me this lead. Now, the reason why I'm saying I'm worried about those threes, when you see a lead like this, those dumb threes become even dumber. That last three Marcus Smart made, or the last one he took that he missed, he's going to do it again. He's going to do it again.
Of course. There's the, what is it? It's the annual or the expected 3-3-pointers a game that Marcus Smart misses that are just like head scratchers. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Do you really want me to have to watch this type of play? But then ultimately he makes up with it with a big time steal, with a big time pass, alley-oop, slam, 3-pointer. I mean, Marcus Smart is like the guy that you hate to see for like 3 seconds, and then it's like, oh my God, you're besties. You're ready to go.
Yep.
I love this.
In terms of that's my little one screaming in the back. In terms of field goal percentage, hi Cat.
This is Miss Kitty. She is the biggest Celtic fan on the planet. All of ASAP Sports Network. You now know.
She looks so mad. She's like, put me down.
And then you see her right here, and she's now sleeping in my lap.
What? Okay. No, my fiance's yelling at me.
Sorry, fiance. I know we get a little out of control.
No, it's because see, the thing is I promise we'll go back to the game. I promise. But the thing is, as a fiance, I talk so much mess, right? And like she'll remember it and then bring it up at like the most opportune time.
Dude, when is that different for anyone else? You make it sound like that's an ancient art form or like something that's lost.
Well, no. The reason why it's like bad is because the stuff I say, I understand, right? I am not a good-looking man, right? Like and listen, this is not me fishing for a compliment. This is not, right? Like, look, I look rough, right? So
You're talking to a balding Jew.
Listen, man, look. At this point, man, I would rather be balding. Because I feel like that would kind of help my situation. I feel like it would. But I tell my fiance this all the time. I always say, she goes, "Oh, I love you, whatnot." And I go, "Yeah, you really don't. I just got you pregnant twice, so now you're stuck with me." You know what I mean? I say stuff like that. So then that's when things get physical, right? Because then she tells me to shut up. I go, "Oh yeah, I'll beat you up," right? Like I'll threaten her. And again, when I threaten her, I'm not really going to do it, but I just do what a man usually does. Yo, you better get out of my face. Watch what will happen. And then she hits me, right? So now it puts me in this position where I'm going to lose, right? It's like, great. She called my bluff. She hit me. I lost. So I have to take that L. And then the only other outcome I can do is hit her back, which I'm losing even more. So I'm in this situation where I'm just like, I set myself up where I just talk, and then I dare her to hit me. She slaps me, and then I just stand there like, you got it, coach.
All right, let me be the first one to tell you. You bring all of this on yourself, and you seem like such an argumentative guy for no reason.
Yes.
Like, take that energy and keep it for the sports. Don't be a schmuck to your girl. And maybe appreciate her a little bit more.
No, don't get it twisted. I appreciate her. I do. I really do, right? But I feel like as a man, it is my job to occasionally get under her skin and to irritate her to show her I love her. I feel like if I just always say I love you, she'll be like, oh, that's played out. All right, fine, whatever. I'm going to bother you a little bit. I'm going to have a little bit of fun. It comes at a cost. It comes at a cost, but
I just want to.
Yo,
you're making yourself
coronavirus 6 feet.
You are not helping yourself.
On the planet, number one.
Coronavirus.
Number 2,
6
you're
feet.
making me sound like a damn tyrant.
You're not a tyrant. You're not a tyrant. You're just a dictator.
You notice how I had a terrible look when you started talking about this? It's because you were digging yourself into a hole, and now you put the cement over your hole, and I can't do anything but support your fiance. I am so sorry for you, fam.
Thank you.
Glad to see you,
I
man.
appreciate your sentiment.
And Damien appreciated it. She's still a little shaken, but she's alive. She's well. So that's all we're really asking. Yesterday, basically there was like a whole thing. She had to her parents ended up being in the hospital, so we had to go. She had to go pick up her brother, and long story short, she ended up driving on railroad tracks because it was dark, and she was so panicking that when she tried to turn off the railroad tracks, it ended up busting the driver's side tires. So that was like a whole thing, right? And then Ricky said, "Pride, huh? Look, man, justice for Queen Pride. Stop, bro. LOL."
Dude, every one of these guys is telling you the exact same thing I am without me saying it. Like, I have 15 comments I could make, and I'm like, man, we're live on the equivalent to TV. I am not about to put you on blast like that. I'll let your fiance do that for me after the episode.
Sacrifices must be made for entertainment. Come on, man. Why you gotta do that? See, when I was saying it was funny. Now that you hit me, now it's like, now what?
No. You got it twisted, Pride. When you were saying it, it sounded like you were on some Ike Turner type of shit. And now that we see her lightly tap you, it's like, it's comical. It's cute.
Nah, man. But
you had me sitting here when you said, and I had to hit her back. I'm like, bro, is this guy really outing himself like on a
No, I don't really hit her. Like, no, I don't.
Like,
I don't really hit her.
Are you pulling a Takashi on yourself really on a live stream for an NBA game? Like, come on, bro. Do better.
I don't. Trust me. I don't hit her mostly because if I were to hit her, like, look. I'm not in my prime anymore. You feel me?
No.
I get winded.
You're going about this wrong. Just say you would never hit her. Just say that. Fam, don't smile. You're already in the hole.
Stop making me smile.
Bro, I'm giving you the life jacket. I'm playing the Leonardo DiCaprio right now, giving you the damn door to sleep on.
You know what? You're right. I would never. You're right. I would stop laughing. This is serious. I would never do that ever in my life.
Jesus Christ, man.
Ever.
I will admit, there was one time where I slapped the
No,
okay.
Oh, I was about to say, wait a minute. When did I really hit you? I was going to say, wait a minute.
No. I slapped him, but it was because I was coming down the stairs and I was holding our son.
I scared her. She slapped
me. And
me.
he scared me because he came out of the corner, out of nowhere. And I my instincts just kicked in and I slapped the crap out of him.
And it was hard. It was one of those ones where, like, you ever got slapped so hard that you don't feel pain for a second? You're just like,
I'm a black belt, bro.
Okay.
Oh,
have
he
you
said,
I
don't get slapped. I do slaps.
Pre-black belt. Have you ever just gotten slapped and, like, for a second there's no pain, it's just confusion?
There has been one time when I've been slapped and it was the most disrespectful slap because it was a backhand slap. And it was by a kid that I was in middle school with. And I ultimately basically broke his finger.
Yeah, no, oh my God. Oh my goodness.
He said, keep the pimp hand strong. I said, screw your pimp hand. I'm going to make it your limp hand. Now you're going to have to be saying, take the strong hand, take the strong hand.
Oh my God. Yo, no, that's hilarious.
Bro, that's how Taco Fall does layups. Take my strong hand, take my strong hand.
Yo, Taco Fall doesn't even do layups. Like, I'm pretty sure at this point, if we ever had a situation where, like, the rims break, like, you know how back then in the day, Shaq would always break the rim? If that were to ever happen, just put Taco out there. Just put Taco out there and then just tape the thing on his forehead and we're fine.
No, bro, you don't even need the little, like, 5 foot, like, maintenance guys to fix the rim. You just have Taco stand there. Or you have, like, a little step ladder attached to his shoulders and you just have some, like, 5'5" maintenance dude hop on Taco's back.
Yo, he's just, like, freakishly tall. And it's like, and I've always been curious, like, when did he hit his growth spurt? Because I know a lot of guys are, like, late growers, so, like, in, like, college, all of a sudden they hit a couple, like, you know, they'll grow or whatever, but
yeah,
it's almost like when you hear him talk about it, it's almost as if he's always been the tallest everywhere.
I graduated high school at 17. I was a 16-year-old senior for a month, and I was 5'5". I was 5'5" my junior year heading into my senior year. And then right as school started, I started growing, and I'm now 6'1.5". And it was all within like 2 summers.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm the tallest dude in my family, which is nice.
I'm actually one of the shortest. I think I'm only taller than my father.
Bro, you talk so much mess with someone that's short. That's why it makes sense now.
Yeah, no, 100%. Oh no, I'm 5'10" on a good day. I'm 5'10" on a good day.
Oh,
Like,
so you're like what's his name? You're like Nick Merckx, the streamer, the guy who's like the short ball dude.
Yes,
yes,
with
like
less muscles.
bulky.
I'm a fat Nick Merckx. Like, cause he's kind of got a little something. I'm an out of shape Nick Merckx.
So you're prideful
100%.
Merckx.
Yes, prideful Merckx. Yeah, 100%. Cause like with him talking, like I do run my mouth a lot. And yes, him and I are both short, but that's when the similarity ends because he's good at what he does, right? Like I'm not. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and on top of that, he's low key ripped. I've seen him flex on street before.
Dude, he's linebacker built. Like that's his body type. He looks like a linebacker.
And the thing is like the shirts he wear are loose fitting, so you don't really see it until he starts flexing or like one time he had
that didn't work.
He said it didn't work.
I literally did that to tighten it.
Like there was one time on one of his streams, he was wearing a tank top, and I was like, dude, you look like on steroids.
Yup.
Like he looks like he's on roid. Like that's how big he is. Now, obviously, I don't think he is.
Pause.
Pride getting abused reminds me of Cat Williams in Friday After Next when he was getting abused in the bathroom, screaming, "Pimp down." And I look, bro. I will say this,
bro. It's worse than that.
No, it's because look, I don't put my hands on my fiance. You know,
bro, you're like Baby Joker at this point. Baby Joker.
Yo, listen. She's Nikola Jokic, and I'm the Morse twin that he put down. That all of a sudden was like, oh, my neck hurts, and then like it was a simple push, and he talked about, oh, I'm bleeding. Like, let me check if I'm bleeding. Man, like when you start reaching for shit,
you better put some respect on those guys' names. You're like Earl Boykins, and she's Taco Fall. Shout out to the old NBA fans that know. For those that don't, basically just insert Nate Robinson for Earl Boykins. You're welcome. You're welcome.
He said you're welcome.
Yeah, I had to get the Celtic green in there. All right, so we're in the third quarter now. The Celtics lead 65-48. Garland cuts, and this guy is just a crafty scorer. Curls off the screen from Taco and knocks down the tough J.
Finesse. He's a very finesse player, and and again, his finesse. Oh my God, it's through the roof. Like, and again, I kind of want to see him and Colin Sexton together. I feel like that would be a nice dynamic, maybe.
Would you say Garland is dripping in finesse?
Yes, I would.
In finesse, you know it.
Yes, I would.
Queen Pride is Jake Paul. Pride is Nate Robb. That literally makes zero sense on any level you read that.
Now, what if I'm reading this correctly? I am Nate Robinson. My fiance is Jake Paul when Jake Paul knocked out Nate Robinson. If I'm interpreting this correctly, let me know. But I think that's what he means.
You literally just tried to interpret the numbers like streaming down the screen from the Matrix. That made zero sense on like every level. Like I couldn't even go to the Google pronunciation guide to get the phonetics to truly understand what the fuck that statement meant. Oh my God, you got me cursing. That's how into that statement I was. Come on, bro. You got dictionary.com, you got Urban Dictionary. Do better, man. This is a live stream.
He said do better. Yeah, okay. Yeah. He said that's what I meant. Yeah. He said that's what he meant.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you, Damian. Finally, you have someone clarifying. All right, so here's the real question. Oh! Jason Tatum drops it to a cutting Robert Williams, who slams it down. The Celtics lead 70-50. 10 minutes to go.
But I'm about to watch that right now. Did he get a body? Oh, he almost got him.
Garland deep three, no good. We got Jaylen Brown marching up court right now. Curls off the Robert Williams screen. The push floater. JB automatic. Filthy man. 25
Fuego.
points.
Matter of fact, hold on. Let me go do something real quick. Hold on.
Oh, no. Fans that are tuning in, be afraid. Pride says Fuego and decides to walk away.
Bro, listen, man. Right now they're in Boston. I'm in South Carolina. Jaylen Brown is so on fire, bro. I had to go turn on my AC. This dude is hot, brother. This man is hot, Eddie.
Oh, you feel it too?
Oh, my God. Dog, I'm sweating. I'm like sweating.
See this? See this? That's not sweat. I'm just ugly.
Come here, mama.
All right. To everyone that's tuning in right now on the live cast, here's the biggest debate question. Shalom. Happy holidays, child.
All right. Give me a kiss. Love you.
Time for bed.
All right. But yeah, matter of fact, let me ask you something. With the way this roster is currently constructed, is there any legitimate moves that could be made to help us, whether it means get another big man we could put out there, or, like a true point guard? Is there any legitimate trade you can see that makes sense?
Look, it's not like years ago. For many years, Celtics fans were going like, we need a damn big man. The last big man we had was Perkins. Then we got Nenad Kristich and Shaquille O'Neal. And then we had Chris Humphries. Then we had Luke Herringody for 5 minutes, for those who remember him.
I forget we had Chris Humphries.
We had Chris Humphries. We had Semir Den, the Turkish guy. Like, we needed a legitimate center for so long. Now we have Robert Williams and Al Horford, both of which are like 75% of like a legit all-star big put together realistically. And there's not a specific trade that I can see pushing this team over the hump. I can see trades to change the team structure, but nothing immediately that changes the outlook of the team. I have players I like Sabonis, I think would be a bona fide stud with this team. I do think, contrary to everyone's belief, that Ben Simmons with Jason Tatum does make sense. Having another facilitator, having a guard defender, having someone that can play off ball, who doesn't need to shoot, doesn't know how to shoot, just really relegated to passes under the basket, getting layups, fast breaks, all of that. Outside of that, though, I can't really see a big enough move that we could make to move the needle.
Yeah. And I agree with you there. I've heard people saying that, we should try to go get Damian Lillard, Ben Simmons, and
notice what all those names have in common?
What?
They're all all-stars.
Yes. And the thing is I don't mind it, but my thing is I don't want to move on from Jaylen Brown. And maybe it's just me being a fan, but I look, whichever one of those we get, I don't see, and I love Damian Lillard, but if we put Damian Lillard in this offense, I honestly think it's a step to the side. I don't think it's a big enough step forward where it's worth doing.
It doesn't change our structure a lot or enough to where it justifies the move. It's more of a, here's another all-star name to pair with Tatum. Let's see if we can get another player to come in free agency this offseason to join this squad, because it might be something, right? But Tatum putting them in the spin cycle. Oh my God. Kevin Love gets the steal somehow. Gray-haired Kevin Love still doing his thing, playing the Beach Boys as he walks down court. But I got a real question for you.
Let me hear.
That's for the fans. Out of the two of us, and this is going to be a reach question. Watch everyone that's tuning in. Watch Pride's face when I ask this. Who's the better freestyler, Pride or myself?
In terms of rapping?
Yes.
Probably you.
100%.
More than likely.
100%.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna pretend. I can't freestyle for to save my life. I can't. I'll be honest. I'll be 100%. Like, and it's crazy because I know it's wild. I mean, look at me. I should be able to, but I'm not. I'm horrible.
What do you mean? Look at you,
dude. I wear a backwards hat. I got a backwards hat and a G-Shock. Like, I look like I should be able to.
I'm a balding Jew. I don't look like I can, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't be able to.
No, right, but here's my look at this is what I'm saying. I'm wearing a G-Shock, right? I'm wearing a shirt that people will consider trendy because it has all the teams on it, and I'm wearing my hat backwards. Yeah, I'm putting it loosely, and I'm wearing my hat backwards. If this is not the look of a generic freestyler, I don't know what is. I mean, the only thing I'm missing.
I'll tell you, it's not this. I look more like Ernie Johnson than I do a freaking freestyler. Let's be real.
But Ernie Johnson is goated, bro.
No, that's not a diss. That's me.
No, I know you don't mean it as a diss, but I'm telling y'all, Ernie Johnson is legit, bro. I love me some Ernie Johnson, bro.
Everyone in America should love and want an uncle like Ernie Johnson.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Like, you know how people say like Shannon Sharp, like people on Black Twitter say Shannon Sharp is like their uncle. Yeah. Like Ernie Johnson is like what Shannon Sharp is to Black Twitter.
Oh, bro, Shannon Sharp is still my uncle 100% of the time too.
Like I feel like straight up, I can go to Shannon Sharp and I can go, "What up, Unc?" and he will actually give me like real advice. Same with Ernie.
Maybe not you. He'd probably give it to me though.
Well, yeah, he doesn't know I exist, but still, like, I mean,
don't put yourself down like that, man.
But am I wrong? Like, if I go to him and be like, yo, what up, Shay? Look, man, I'm going through some stuff. What you want, an autograph? And it's like, no, bro, I just want to talk.
I just want to talk. I'm trying to get some real life advice here, man.
Yeah, yo, it's like he's like, oh yeah, my grandmama always told me. It's like, and it's like, all right, I was like, you got it, you got it. But no, listen, Ernie Johnson, by far, is one of the most phenomenal TV personalities. Because not only because you could tell he's having fun, but the way that he somehow is able to control Shaq and Chuck on the same set. Come on, son. Dude, Ernie Johnson goated.
That's ultimate dad vibes right there.
110%.
That is premier cream of the crop, like destiny, what you want to see in every dad vibe.
110%. Like I'll be honest with you.
Wait, you Ernie Johnson, were you not going to be honest?
Well, I've been honest all this.
Then why are you telling me that you're going to be honest with me?
Because see, the reason is because there's something I said that, like for instance, I just basically said that in my household, I have 4 people in my household, me, my fiance, and our 2 kids, and I am like the 5th most respected person in this household. Like, let the numbers sink in for that. Like,
as it should be.
Well, yeah, it should be. And I said the same thing until I became a part of it. And now I'm like, hold on now. I would like a little bit of respect. Like, I'm like the Brian Scalabrine of this household, bro. The household is like being successful. I don't do nothing.
That's an insult to Brian Scalabrine.
Nah, it is. It is. Because I saw, you remember that show he used to have where he used to play these random hoopers one-on-one? He need to bring that back. He needs to bring that
I would kill. I've met Brian a couple times out here in LA, and he's nothing short of a nice man, especially when he was working out here. I'm glad he took the Celtics job. We miss Tommy, but man. All right, so right now, the Cavaliers ball, 7 seconds left. Kevin Love is working into the post. He misses the lay-in. Oh, but Larry Markkanen's fighting for the rebound. And Kevin Love corrals the loose ball. He swings it over to Garland, who shoots the wing 3 over Brown in front rims, but Markkanen gets it back. Garland drives in, kicks back out to Markkanen, who shoots in front rims. That's 3 front rims in a row. You know what they say about that? Usually that means you're going to lose. The Cavs are currently down 72-56 with 5:40 remaining in the third. Oh. Watching the Celtics team, we're playing well tonight, and granted, there are a lot of people on both sides out with COVID, but it's good to see that we're getting a win. We're scrapping one out in a dominant fashion. We need it. Romeo Langford with a wild one-handed floater. Oh. Get big, son. Ricky Rubio.
I love him. I love this.
Rubio with the crafty step back off the glass, but just misses. Jaylen Brown takes it down court. drives, gets the acrobatic lay-in rolls off the rim, but he gets the rebound with the wraparound pass off the miss. He gets the rebound, wraps it around to Langford, who throws it down. Celtics up 76-56, 4:47 remaining in the third. Can you tell him a Celtics fan?
And this is why I'm so frustrated with this team. Because while we're playing, this isn't a one-off. This isn't, this is how we should be playing. Like, this is really how we should be playing.
Tatum with the sidestep finger rolls. Celtics lead 78-58. Off the steal. Tatum gets it and draws the foul in transition on Dean Wade. Get ready for this. Get ready for this replay. They're showing the Langford slam replay. Get big. Get big. I ain't no Romeo now.
Currently,
hold.
He said currently the score is 78-58, Boston Celtics. Pride is a Kyrie Irving of the household. No. Because,
Who's that?
No, he said that I'm the Kyrie Irving of my household.
Yeah, who's that?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he was an actor in a movie one time.
There was a dude that used to play for the Celtics who wore number 11, I think, but I don't remember.
There's never been anyone in our history to ever,
There's some weird guy that also saged the arena and did it conveniently when fans weren't allowed in. It's like, imagine the full wrath of Boston when you come back, buddy. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And I don't know if it's the same dude. I believe it's the same dude who, when he couldn't get his way, he threatened to have season-ending surgery from one team to get traded. And I believe it's the same guy who the past couple of years, every single time he has a bad shooting performance, goes on a sabbatical.
I think that's the same guy also that claimed the earth was flat. He played for that crappy blue team in North Carolina. Oh, that's my inner UK Wildcat fan coming out. CATS.
I'm trying to remember who he is. Is this the same dude who said that he couldn't stand playing with LeBron James and then not even a year later called to apologize to him?
Pretty sure it is. I think it's the same guy that manages to pull the most Bruce Wayne Batman disappearing acts on the planet like he's playing in season 3 of Titans.
It's interesting. Same dude who shot like 3 for 20 in a playoff game and blamed Jason Tatum.
Oh, isn't this the same dude that also said that the Nikes that were being made for him in his line were not approved by him and then caused a big stir?
Did he then end up wearing those same shoes?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the same guy. Who is this guy that we're thinking of? Oh,
I don't know.
Darius Garland with a major rainbow 3. Cavs trail 61.
You know who it is? You want to know who it is? Dennis Rodman. That's because Dennis Rodman has always been a weirdo. It's got to be him.
No. JB for 3, baby. Jaylen Brown is on fire for the Boston Celtics.
And this is what I like about it. When Jaylen Brown is hot, Jason Tatum does not try to force himself at all.
No.
Like if he has something, he'll take it, but he doesn't force himself. He understands he's the hot hand, and he goes, you know what? Pop off. And Jaylen Brown does the same thing. That's why I don't want to give up on them, because you don't really see them prying the ball from each other. It's very rare you see that. So that's why me personally with this tandem, that's why it's hard for me to kind of, let go. But at the same time, you're not going to win when your two best players play the same exact way.
Man, just get ready to listen to Burn by Usher on repeat for a little while when the Celtics have to make a decision, because trust me, we all going to have to let it burn deep down. You know it's best for yourself, but you ain't thought of being with someone else.
I don't want to be that guy, but
no, you're going to be that guy. Be that guy.
If we trade Jaylen Brown, him, what is the bare minimum we should be willing to accept? Because I think we need to set a bar where, like, the least we can get, the least we should get for him is this, and anything lower, we need to fire Brad Stevens, send him back to college, and just straight up start over. Let's go to Seattle. We relocate. Like, what should be the bar? Like, what should be the minimum, the lowest we go for Jaylen Brown?
Look, for me, I'm going to have to go with, at minimum, a budding, if not certified all-star, because Brown, most teams are going to be aware of this. Any team that Brown goes to outside of Boston, he will be an all-star, a main guy, a number 2. Arguably the equivalent to what Chris Middleton is, right, for that team. So anyone that takes him is going to have to give up an all-star and possibly picks or salary cap. Most likely it would probably have to work out to where, just contractually speaking, as well as needs, the Celtics would need to get an all-star player and then salary cap relief, because we both know that Brad Stevens has something planned up his sleeve for the next 2 years of free agency. So we're going to want to shed salary. We're going to want to get a star and then some picks. So that means it's going to be Jaylen Brown, probably Grant Williams, maybe Romeo Langford, and some picks, which I'm okay with. But that being said, if we don't get an all-star back, I am not in any way, shape, or form giving up Jaylen Brown. Considering this guy is shooting 10 of 17, 4 of 8 from 3 for 29 points, and we're still 2 minutes left in the third quarter, demolishing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Think of the Cleveland Cavaliers tonight, fans, as a tube of toothpaste, and we're a steamroller.
And here's my thing with it. And again, maybe it's me. I just don't. It sounds like what we want from him is what the 76ers want for Ben.
Yep.
My fear is what if, and again, it's a different situation, but what if they try to do the same thing where they try to lowball us? We go, now we're good, we'll keep him. Does that tarnish the relationship that Jaylen Brown has, not only with the organization?
Why would it? If any team can make an offer anytime, these players recognize it better than the fans understand it. This is a business. So teams are going to get offers on guys all the time. There's no reason that a player should get upset or hold a grudge over a team getting a phone call and an offer and turning it down. It's one thing if you're like Lamar Odom and Pau Gasol after getting the trade canceled, thank God for David Stern, God rest his soul, preventing Chris Paul going to the Lakers and then, finding out that they were going to end up as Houston Rockets or New Orleans Hornets at the time. But it's not like that. This is a situation where the team is actively saying no. And all Jaylen needs to know and hear is that, for what's good for him. And that's what Brad Stevens will tell him, which is most likely, hey, we got a phone call from this team. They made an offer on you. We said no. He doesn't need to hear Brad saying, oh, we're trying to negotiate, or we tried to negotiate and nothing came of it.
Yeah, because my thing is, I'm more concerned if they just go out and say, oh, yeah, he's on the market. You know what I mean?
Jaylen Brown is not going to be a player that'll be listed on the market. He'll be a player that's looked at as a marquee player that teams are keeping tabs on, and they'll make calls to Boston to say, hey, what exactly are you interested in? What are you looking for? Do you want X pieces? Are you looking for picks? Are you looking for salary cap relief? Are you looking for a budding star? They're going to try and mold the package to what Boston's needs are, as opposed to Boston going out and actively saying, hey, this guy's available. Come to our table like the Godfather, kiss our ring, and make us some offers.
Right, which is going to be very interesting. And like I said, I just don't want to give up on them yet.
Said every Celtics fan for the last 4 years.
Yes, which again is kind of why I'm a little hesitant to say that, because we've had 4 years. And we made the Eastern Conference Finals one time.
It's okay. You want to know why it's okay?
Let me know why.
For all those fans that are tuning in that are also OG Yu-Gi-Oh fans, Celtics fans played their spell card Share the Pain on the Laker fans, so at least we're in this together. Behold, my trap card!
Oh my God, I remember watching Yu-Gi-Oh!
Good times, man.
Yeah, I couldn't play the game. I wasn't good enough to play it. I didn't understand it.
It's okay. It's like a Rubik's Cube, but
yeah,
kids.
Yeah, that's what everyone said. It was like a Rubik's Cube. I suck at them. So,
hey, come here.
But So last year, so they're basically showing the defensive rating for the Cleveland Cavaliers,
Yes.
and they basically were a bottom 20 team or sub 20 team last year, and this year they're top 5 in defensive rating.
Yep.
So,
and we had to give a lot of the credit to a guy like Evan Mobley, who isn't on the court for them. Clearly, they're struggling without his presence. They're missing a lot of guys. Jarrett Allen, Evan Mobley, Ed Davis, Nembhard, Okoro, and even Dylan Windler, the random guy that shows up on people's stat sheets once in a while.
yep. And again, the thing is, if they were healthy, would it matter? That's kind of like
no, it would.
You know?
This would be more of a game. This would be a way more competitive game, and would probably only be a 3-4 point advantage, swinging both ways for most of the game. You got to remember, a lot of their offense flowed through those two guys, including they're missing 2 starting players in Evan Mobley and Okoro outright. So they're having to fill those holes and have guys that are normally bench mob players, step up. Ricky Rubio's in the starting lineup. Cedi Osman somehow is scoring. The Cavs, after a nice Cedi Osman cut to the basket and lay-in, the Cavaliers trail 68-85.
Yep, which
Dennis! Oh, he misses the easy jumper wide open, but he's walking gingerly back down court. That's not good, Celtics fans. Kevin Love takes the open 3 from Cedi Osman. Cavaliers trail now by 14 with 46 seconds left in the third quarter. We head to a timeout after the Kevin Love triple. I also want to give Kevin Love a shout out. We don't talk about this enough, but his Players Tribune article discussing his battles with mental health really helped set a tone and a precedent for other NBA players like DeMar DeRozan and others coming forward and talking about their struggles with mental health. And it's commendable, especially for a guy that was a big man and now is like the equivalent to basically a small forward, realistically, as to how he plays. Won a championship, was a major integral part for the Cavaliers, won championship against by far the best team the NBA has ever seen. Kevin Love deserves a lot more respect and credit. Of course, he's not a Hall of Famer in my book, but Kevin Love has had a storied career both on and off court, and it's great to see.
You really don't think he's a Hall of Famer?
I don't.
Why?
Just because you have Hall of Fame stats or ridiculous numbers doesn't mean you're a Hall of Famer. I think we're getting a little too loose with the Hall of Fame stuff at this point.
Uh-huh.
I think it's a continuous effect.
I mean, he at one point was one of the best players in the league.
Oh, he was the best big man in the league for a little bit. He was the best scoring and rebounding big. He had a 30-30 game. Like, there are stat lines that are Hall of Fame worthy, but just because you have Hall of Fame worthy stat lines does not mean you are a Hall of Famer. Brandon Roy, for his short time with the Portland Trailblazers, had equivalent to Hall of Fame numbers and was playing the equivalent to Hall of Fame level, but he's not a Hall of Famer by any means. Cedi Osman gets the steal. Cavaliers ball with 28 seconds remaining in the third. They are down 14 points. They're making a mini run. Boston needs to get their head out of their ass, get the head out of the sand, and start playing Boston basketball again.
This is what I'm saying.
Don't
now,
do it.
You said, I'm not going to say it. It was a mini run. It's a mini run. So I'm not going to go wild on it. But
Kevin Love with a beautiful pass in the post to a cutting Osman. 18 seconds left in the third. Cavaliers down 12. It's 85-73. Cavaliers are on a 15-4 run in the last 2 minutes.
And those are the minutes you stack up, which equals the 5 to 10 I was talking about earlier. And guess what? All of a sudden, we go from being up 14 to down 4. So,
that's the end of the third, ladies and gentlemen. The score is 85-73. The Celtics lead by 12 heading into the fourth quarter. It should be an interesting game. Jaylen Brown is the team's leading scorer and the game's overall leading scorer with 29 points. Shout out to Ricky Smith in the chat. Maybe I spoke too soon. Go Cavs. Hey, Ricky, Don't quit your day job. Focus on covering something else, my friend. Let's go Celtics. We got the coach in the building.
Look, for me, like I said, this is a Cavs team that if you, and I understand they're missing people, but at the same time, you can't take that lightly. You just can't. You can't take them lightly.
Laker fans know that sentiment all too well.
Oh, 110%. 110%.
Can we just take a moment as Celtic fans to just thoroughly enjoy what's going on for the Lakers? You might be a LeBron stan, but at the end of the day, it's still
LA. So I'm there's a part of me that's enjoying it. There's no debate. There's a part of me that's enjoying it.
Thoroughly.
Yes.
Especially, my fandom with the NBA coincides with me hating what LeBron has done to the league in terms of how it's portrayed, the storylines are portrayed, as well as how his movement sparked a lot of really I wouldn't say unfair, because that's the crap way of putting it, but it sparked a trend of player movement in such a terrible fashion. Players signing veteran minimum deals when they could be worth anywhere between 10 to 12 million, only to play and ride the coattails of this guy and play with their team in Miami, right? And players going
and it's not halftime. Real quick, it's not halftime. Don't mean to cut you off. It's the end of the third quarter.
Yes.
So we have one more quarter to go. But go ahead, finish up the point, because go ahead.
Oh my God. They're showing the 2001-2 Celtics intro video, and I just saw D Brown again. Wow, that's a blast from the past.
Dude, this is so weird.
Antoine.
You can tell whoever made this watched The Matrix.
Yes.
You can tell they had just watched The Matrix.
Shout out to the Matrix Resurrections, which is now available on not Hulu, which is available right now in theaters and on HBO Max. Very underwhelming movie.
Is it? I heard it was a whole bunch of great ideas with horrible execution. That's what I heard.
You want me to give you the premise, or are you going to watch it?
Both. You let me hear the premise.
Okay, so they were very smart with how they crafted it. They made it in the movie. They basically made the first Matrix trilogy. They called it a video game, and that's how Neo was brought back. He was a video game designer for the Matrix, thinking that it was just a video game, but it was actually the reality. Sorry to spoil it to the fans that are going to watch it, but I did ask my host. No one commented saying they didn't want to hear it.
So it was a video game,
but it's reality.
He was making the video game, but turns out it was real.
Yes.
Dude, they tried so hard.
And got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. But I will tell you what did. Oh, Robert Williams with the tip in on the Peyton Pritchard missed jumper. Celtics lead 87-75 with 10:54 to go.
Getting dirty, I like it. And my only problem with Time Lord, the only problem is he's I don't want to call him fragile, but there'll be times where he's out in terms of injuries. That's really my only concern with him.
I'll take his body. Oh, Robert Williams with the steal on the Kevin Love pass. Goes coast to coast for the two-hand slam. Time Lord throwing it down. Take it back to 1978, big man. Celtics lead 89-75.
Yes, sir. And listen, that anticipation, that's some guard type anticipation there.
I'll take Robert Williams' body over the fragile body of Anthony Davis, even bulked up any day of the week. Tatum leads the break.
I'm not mad at you for that.
Break, hands it off. Oh, they're calling an offensive foul. Oh, no, they're not. They're calling a foul drawn. Here's the replay. Let's see. Robert Williams shakes off Darius Garland with the Euro step and slams it down, baby. Going coast to coast. You love to see the dreads flowing in the wind like that. Get big, Rob! Get big!
Look, man, like I said, and this kind of what goes back to what I said earlier. This is how this team should be playing every night.
Every night.
And for some reason, they choose not to.
It's not that they choose not to. It's that it feels like the heart is not in this team. The last time I felt legitimately like the Celtics had emotion and were driven was one of the best single seasons of basketball I've ever been able to witness. And thankfully it was for my own team. And that was watching Isaiah Thomas set a single season points per game average record for the Celtics. Like, that's the last time I felt the heart in Boston. Everyone was rooting for IT after
Not
his
me.
passed away.
Not me, because I knew, and this is why I said it, and I've been consistent saying this. In my opinion, as long as I've been alive, that Boston Celtics team was one of, if not the worst, number one seeds in the history of the game.
It was one of the worst number one seeds, but it doesn't take away from the fact that Isaiah Thomas, as an individual, had one of the best single seasons and was able to get Boston to rally around him.
Right, which almost he averaged almost this like 29 point, 29 point something, almost damn near
27
30
a game. Yeah,
damn near 30. Which again, in and of itself, but in terms of the team aspect, I didn't like it because if you remember that year, we almost lost to the Bulls in the first round.
Yeah, we did. Rajon Rondo.
He doesn't get injured, I think we lose.
Oh, we do, but that doesn't take away from what we were able to do as a team. Like that second round playoffs
this season. Jason Tatum, 211. The next closest DeMar was with 199. Giannis Antetokounmpo with 174. That's the top three. The only guy with over 200 points.
And the Celtics start out this fourth quarter on a quick 8-0 run. That's diminished immediately once I say it. Denzel Valentine knocks down a three. I thought Valentine's Day passed, man.
Apparently not.
Get that double entendre? Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I get it.
Valentine's
Day, and then his day should go. Nah, it was a good one. That was good. That was good. I like it.
Ooh, JT with the crafty bank shot. Celtics lead 95-78.
Yeah, and like I'm saying, see, right now they're going back to Celtic basketball. The Celtics should not be living and dying by the three. They should be trying to work with mid-rangers and paint and let the three open naturally to them where they can hit wide open natural threes. You're not Golden State.
Exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said pregame.
Is that what you said?
I said we need a focus and emphasis on slashing, getting the easy lay-ins at the basket, and
And you were and I remember you said Jaylen Brown. You want to see him be more of a slasher. Yes, I remember you said that. Yup, you did say that. 100%. Yup, I remember that.
Cedi Osman crosses over Robert Williams and gets denied. Lauri Markkanen with the quick putback. Oh no! Someone's down for the Celtics. Is that Aaron?
I think so.
Marcus Smart is down for the Celtics right now. He's holding his face. It looks like he has.
That's not Marcus Smart. That's Time Lord.
No, that isn't. That's Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart doesn't have the headband. Oh no, that isn't. Wait a minute. My screen just did this weird thing.
Marcus Smart's being examined by the Celtics trainer currently. He is down. Let's see the replay. Cedi goes up. Oh, and he elbows Marcus in the chin. Oh, and then slapped him in the face. That's a flagrant foul. Where the hell is the call, ref?
Let me see. Hold on. So
give me the Ime Udoka clip. That's bullshit. No call. There we go. We got the call. Tatum to the line. Knocks down the free throw. I'm assuming that was a technical call. Let's see right now. Oh, wow. Cedi pushes Tatum away and gets called for a technical foul, but no flagrant foul? Are you joking? Ugh. That's just pitiful. Poor officiating, refs. Do your damn job. You get paid well enough, you can actually step up and do what you're supposed to do. Celtics lead 96-80 with 8 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth. Pritchard drops it to Tatum, who stops and pops, misses the fadeaway jumper over Denzel Valentine, who's leading the break. Ricky Rubio tries to cross over Peyton Pritchard and takes the tough bank shot and just misses, and Tatum pulls down the rebound over Markkanen. Get big, son! Tatum tries and drives through. Denzel Valentine brushing him off, kicking out to Langford, whose three rolls in and out.
So I guess in the NBA, we're just allowed to slap people, right? We're allowed to pimp slap people. Like,
yeah,
and that was straight up frustration. You could tell that was a frustration. That was a frustration thing. I don't know, man. I don't like that no call. I don't like it.
You heard me yell. Oh boy, we have a play coming. I see the NBA stat guide. Give it 7 minutes and 30 seconds remaining. Just wait. Peyton Pritchard drives to the basket, lobs it up for the one-hand alley-oop slam from Robert Williams. The Time Lord brings it back. Celtics lead 98-80. Robert Williams with 19 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists to go with 2 blocks. This man is putting in work.
And this is what he can do. And yeah, I hope he one day gets to be with Rihanna. But this is something he's good at. Like, he has the potential to be a double-double. Like, he has the opportunity. Like, he's got the ability to do kind of what DeAndre Ayton does.
Not
you know
even,
what I mean?
I would say he's a better version. He has the potential to be a better version of Jared Allen. He has the potential. That doesn't mean he is. He has the potential to be a more consistent, more durable version of Jared because he has a passing ability.
Yes.
Tatum getting crafty, misses the step back jumper. Langford fights for the rebound, but misses. Cedi Osman leads on the break. He swings it over to Valentine, who swings it over to Garland, who swings it back to Osman, who back rims the 3. That's what you're supposed to do after you get a bullshit call avoided on you, Cedi. Enjoy that. That's karma, my friend. Got the green karma in the building. Peyton Pritchard got the double team. Marcus Smart gets the pass, who dishes quickly to Langford. That gets the bank shot.
Wait, did Time Lord get that rebound? Because if he did, that's a double-double for him.
That was a Jason Tatum rebound.
Jason, okay.
For those who are tuning in, Robert Williams is currently at 19 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, and only 2 turnovers and 2 fouls. Shooting 81%.
Plus 14, plus minus.
I love it. Romeo Langford, 11 points, 20 plus minus. Wow.
I'm loving this. I really am.
Kevin, all right. I want to give a shout out again to Kevin Love, who has the most silent double-double of the night with 17 points and 12 rebounds. Queen Pride is Chris Brown and Pride is Rihanna. Okay, last one, I swear. Bro, where are these people commenting? I gotta know. Give me a sec. I'm gonna go on the deep dive right now.
Bro, what do you mean? I'm scared when you say deep dive. I'm worried.
Oh yeah, you should be at this point. Considering all that we've learned from you today, especially about the relationship you have with your fiance and your kids, you have me slightly concerned, my friend.
For my own safety and well-being, or
no, for theirs.
For theirs?
Yes.
I don't do anything. I don't do anything.
Pause.
So, Joe Johnson, yet to play.
What did I tell you at the beginning of the game? I said garbage time minutes.
You said it'd be garbage time, but here's my thing.
Oh, shout out to the comments. My co-show host must be tuning in. Shout out to Michael, one half of Don't At Me TV. Oh, making some great points. Eddie Def won the free. Man, what am I saying?
I never said you wouldn't, though. I never said you wouldn't. I said you would. I didn't say. I'm just saying, like, you got someone defending you, and I'm not even attacking you.
Man, that's just how good I be sometimes. Oh wow.
Could be waving the flag behind him at this, but I just don't. But I don't freestyle, so it's like
I think that was a joke about your name. Pride should be waving the flag behind.
Because okay. That clean over my head. Yeah, I missed that one. I didn't get that one. That went clean over my head.
Just like that alley-oop slam by Robert Williams over Anthony Davis on the Lakers. That's what I thought. That's what I thought, Laker fans. When I say Robert, you say Williams. Robert Williams. Robert Williams. When I say Time Lord, you say slam. Time Lord.
Slam.
Time Lord.
Slam.
When I say injured, you say AD. Injured.
AD.
Injured.
AD. And I love AD. I really do love him, but yeah, Damian, I'm slow. I'm slow as ever, bro. I'm slow as shit. I ain't even gonna lie. But I love AD, but his availability nowadays, man, it's concerning.
Oh, Ricky Rubio almost created the space on Robert Williams with a sidestep. Robert recovered and he missed the three. Celtics lead 183, 6 minutes to go in the fourth. We got Pritchard, who's trying to drive in, brushing off the Cedi Osman, backs out to the free throw line, drops it to Williams, who drops it back. Payton drives from the three. Oh, and misses the reverse lay-in, comes up just short. Rubio leads the break. Garland weaves into the post and kicks out to an open Rubio for the corner three and hits. Cavs trail 86-100 with 5:43 left in the quarter. Woo! Oh, they're calling an offensive foul. Jason Tatum just got called for an offensive foul or a moving screen, trying to get Cedi Osman away from Peyton Pritchard. And let me tell you something. I'm tired of this. Cedi Osman is learning how to copy the greatest soccer stars of all time, selling calls and also complaining about nonsense. Tatum heads to the bench with 5 fouls, 5:32 remaining. The Celtics are up 14. It's Cavaliers basketball.
And this is what I don't like about it. Jason Tatum, he's got 5 fouls, which I'm not really mad about that considering it's towards the end of the game. But what my main problem, my main gripe with it is he flexing? Yes. But he's flexing because he wants to do. Jason Tatum sets stiff picks.
Pause.
Pause. Like he's sturdy. Like
pause.
You know, he doesn't. You know, he like when.
Wait. Get the
he's trying to get in there. Pause. Like
get the fiance in. I heard her yelling.
But my thing is like if you're setting a hard screen, pause. Why are you gonna like? He's acting like he's like pushing him.
Pause.
He's not. It's just Cedi Osman. Just I don't want to call him weak, but he's not physically imposing like that.
Weak. He is weak. He is the weakest link. He is in one of the most famous NBA photos of all time and suffers from the syndrome known as cropping. That man had no right to be in that UCLA summer photo with LeBron and those guys. And to this day, I question what the hell he was doing there. And I get it.
Wasn't he on the Cavs at that time?
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
I think that's probably the only reason. I think Bron was probably like, "Oh yeah, I'm having this thing. If y'all want to come through, come through."
D-Wade, Chris Paul, Kawhi Leonard, and Cedi Osman in a photo.
I feel like LeBron just threw an open invite. I don't think he like inadvertently invited him. He was just like, "Yeah, you know, we having this thing. If y'all want to come by." And said he was like, "Okay, sure."
Cedi's that dude that packed lunches for everyone, tried to buddy up with everyone, go like, "Yo, who else needs like a 14th man on their roster? I'm open." JB 4-3, baby.
He's calling KD Mr. Durant.
Yeah, right. JB hits the open straightaway triple. He's got 32 points, 11 of 20 shooting. Chef's kiss, crisp. Celtics lead 103-88 with 3:50 remaining. You know what I think it's time for?
What time is it?
Gino time, baby. Let's get ready to dance, fam. I'm done.
Yeah. All right. 3:50. This should be considered garbage time. Next substitution, Joe Johnson?
No. Tatum's coming back in the game. Garbage time is 2 minutes and under with a 14-point lead in today's NBA. With how teams can come back quickly, it's always 2 minutes.
Nah.
Yeah.
But no, because you're acting like your entire roster is going to be garbage time roster. Nah, like, I'm just talking about just Joe Johnson. Like just Joe Johnson.
I'm saying still.
Right now. You think still?
Yeah, it's a 15-point game. The Cavs still have most of their starters in, and so do the Celtics. So you're not going to see bench time mob show up for another like minute or so. You got to maintain. If they get up to 20 points, then you'll see the bench mob come in. But if it maintains at 15 or the Cavaliers get it down to 8, let's say, you're going to see the starters stay in. JB has it. Denzel Valentine guarding him straight away. JB steps in for the jumper and misses, back rims. Darius Garland with the rebound and goes up court. Sets the offense. Cedi Osman tries to set a screen, but his weak butt gets out of the way because he knows it's not good. Garland shoots a 3 over Robert Williams and connects. Cavaliers are now down 12 with 3 minutes to go. We got Dennis Schroeder guiding up court, taking his time to set up the offense. Robert Williams now has the ball at the top of the key. Finds a cutting JB for the sick reverse lay-in. Celtics by 14, 105-91.
Which goes to your point, Time Lord, he's a big man who can pass.
Let's go back.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you said that. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, this just goes to show your point. Like, and on top of that, not only does he's got a great ability to pass, his vision is phenomenal especially for a big man. Like, a lot of times every time he has the ball, he's basically looking for that pass, which
we are 3 assists away from a Robert Williams triple-double, 19, 10, and 7.
100%.
Oh my God.
If I'm him, 110%, I'm giving the ball just to Jaylen Brown. He's on fire. I'm giving it to him, and I catch and shoot.
Anytime I get the rebound, if I'm Robert Williams right now, I'm going up court. I'm setting up the offense. I'm getting it all. Let's go. I am so here for this first simulcast brought to you by ASAP Sports Network with us live to be able to do the first one with Robert Williams getting a triple-double. Let's effing go, baby. It's Gino time in Boston, baby.
Listen, man, I'm telling you something. He's getting it. I'm going to say he's getting it.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. I'm into it when I'm this close to the screen staring.
I'm shaking.
Up like a nut.
My legs are shaking right now. Pause. Like I'm like.
What, do you got to pee real bad?
No. Like when you're bouncing your feet? I do that when I just do that when I get nervous. And I'm just nervous he's not going to get the triple-double. Because I right now, the way he's been playing, he deserves a triple-double. He deserves it so much.
Oh, we got a rooster. We got a cock in the building.
Pause.
Heavy pause.
Definitely a pause. Wholeheartedly.
Oh, we got a true Celtic in the building. We got a redhead wearing her Celtic gear. Let's go. Oh, we got a Crip in the building too. And by Crip, I mean someone that has a cast on.
Got it.
I had to clarify for everyone who's in LA tuning in with me right now.
Right. I saw that. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. What the hell? I really hope he gets it. But now I'm with you. If every rebound I get, if I'm Robert Williams, I'm bringing the ball up. If we can get a nice, easy, fast break bucket, great. But 3.
Jared Allen, the ghost of a kid from Akron, Darius Garland. It don't matter. Celtics by 50.
We got to get you some bogeys. We can just put them in each ear.
Yeah, right?
That's the only thing you're missing.
I'm ready, bro. I am ready.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Robert Williams. Jaylen Brown just looked at him and said, you got it. Oh, he knows. He knows. Oh, my God.
100% now. They know.
I'm cracking my neck. That's how ready I am for this. Let's go. Oh, Marcus lobs it in to a cutting Brown, but the pass is broken up by Kevin Love. Celtics ball, 2:16 left to go. Celtics by 14. 105-91 is your score. Fans tuning in. Again, we want to thank you again for tuning into the ASAP Sports Network live simulcast of the Celtics-Cavs game, Cavs-Celtics in Boston. Live from LA, it is me, Alex Himes, and live from North Carolina, you said? South Carolina. I'm so sorry. We have Mr. Prideful Takes.
What up? 105-91. Again, there were a couple times the Celtics was a little shaky, but they snapped out of it. Jaylen Brown with a legit 34. Darius Garland with 28.
Oh,
Robert
Time
Williams,
Lord with the tip in. There we go.
Time Lord with 10 rebounds. Kevin Love with 12 in terms of assists. Time Lord leads the Celtics with 7, and Darius Garland, I believe he has 6.
Things you wouldn't have expected today from the Celtics. Robert Williams leading the team in multiple.
assists.
And also like 3 away. Oh, the bench mob is coming. We got Joe Johnson checking in. 1 minute and 57 seconds remaining in the game.
Yep.
I got to hear this real quick. The Celtics fans are giving a massive applause to Joe. This is great, man. You love to see it. Even though it's the tail end of his career, it's a vet min type of contract. We're getting to see a guy that started and was drafted by Beantown return and get a chance to score some points as a Celtic again. ISO Joe. There he is, rocking number 55. I think the last player to rock 55 was Greg Monroe.
Yes. Yep. He was the last one. If I'm Time Lord doesn't get the triple-double.
Time Lord and the starting unit heads to the bench. We got CJ Miles into the game.
I was about to say, yeah.
Utah CJ Miles was a problem, man.
Yeah. Right now, if I'm the Celtics, I give Joe Johnson a player too.
No, I give him the ball and just say, do your thing.
Yeah.
Wait, who's got the headband?
Maybe try to give CJ Miles an opportunity.
I'm going to sound like a dunce, but whoever's got the headband for the Celtics look on the court right now, they straight up look like Bobby Portis. Who is that, 28?
He was thinking the same thing.
28 for the Celtics. Is that Bruno Fernando?
No.
No way!
No, it's not Bruno Fernando.
We have Bruno Fernando, CJ Miles, Justin Jackson, ISO Joe in the game.
It is Bruno Fernando. What? Yo.
Things I didn't expect to ever see again. 3 by Pagan, I believe, for the Cavaliers.
Yep.
ISO Joe, fans are standing up. He's got the basketball. 1:39 remaining. He gives it off to Pat, who gives it back. ISO Joe curls off the screen, and he's at the key. Drops it back to CJ Miles, who doesn't know what to do with the basketball. Justin Jackson takes the mid-range J with 5 seconds to go on the clock and misses. All right, we have a couple more opportunities for an ISO Joe bucket. Let's get one in the game, Celtics fans. I can't believe I'm so hyped up for this. Pagan hits the running floater. Cavs down 12 with 1:14 remaining. Don't do this. All right, ISO Joe curls off of 3 screens, gets the ball, gives it back to Pat, who curls off the Fernando screen, tries to bob and weave through traffic, hands it off to Fernando, who's trying to play against Taco Fall, and draws a 3-second violation and turns it over. 57 seconds remaining, Celtics up by 12. Oh, by the way, Damian Hernandez. Well, there goes my Cavs by 40 prediction. Could have told you that one, my friend. Sorry.
Did you already kind of say something like that earlier anyway? Like, how
like, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing?
It's because I'm a Celtics fan. That's why he said Cavs because they all hate me. So like they never want to see me happy.
Shout out to He Hate Me, Las Vegas Renegades, baby. The Las Vegas Outlaws from the XFL. The only He Hate Me that should still exist.
Ooh. Originally, I didn't care that we signed Joe Johnson to a 10-day contract. Dude, now seeing him on the court, I hope he gets a bucket. I'm actually kind of excited.
Justin Anderson at the free throw line. This dude's freaking ripped. Looks like a strong safety. What the hell?
Dude, I was about to say, look at his pause, but look at his shoulders. Like,
why is it a pause? You're recognizing that he's big. Like, holy crap.
I'm just throwing it out there just in case, because last time I said somebody was big, pause, you said something. So just throwing it out there. I've never said pause this much before in any episode ever.
ISO Joe dishes it off to Fernando. Joe gets it back. He's trying to create the space. Rolls off the screen. Oh, we got a jumper. ISO Joe hits the J. There we go. Celtics lead 111-98 with 23 remaining. ISO Joe is back in the Celtics record books, baby. At 40 years old, he's looking slim Jimmy, baby.
I was about to say, he looks smaller.
Nah, he just looks like he came into game shape, not like I just ate 5 Big Macs before my Celtic debut shape.
No, not like that. I'm talking about like muscle wise. Like he looks a little smaller.
And the green continues to run deep, baby. Your final score, Celtics 111, Cavaliers 101. ISO
Fear.
Joe makes his Celtic debut and scores 2 points off of a nice ISO J. We'll give you the numbers right now. Your leading scorer for the Boston Celtics is Jaylen Brown with 34 points. Robert Williams, second in scoring with 21, 11, 7, 2 steals, 2 blocks. Man put in work on the court today, ladies and gentlemen. JT with 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. And, of course, Romeo Langford stepping up big with 11 points and 9 rebounds. Your Cleveland Cavaliers, sputtering Cavaliers due to COVID, leading scorer was Darius Garland with 28 points, an efficient 28 points. He's shooting 50%. And Kevin Love off the bench with 18 points and 12 rebounds, baby.
Yeah, I mean, look, in terms of starting lineup, it was
Garland. That comment needs to go up. That comment needs to go up now.
Stay it up.
You want to read it? Read it for the fans.
This stream shouldn't be on YouTube, damn it. It should be on OnlyFans at this point.
Hey, check out Pride's OnlyFans. It's One with Pride, and he takes all donation types. He does a lot of work, usually specifically with feet. His fetish in particular is stepping on flaming hot Cheetos. And making sure that his toe jam is included in the shots. It's all shot in 4K, and new episodes release every Monday and Friday. Again, that is Hanging with Pride, just Pride, Pride all the way, and Friends with Pride.
Yes. So, and by the way, there is an underscore after the Pride in all the names. There's an underscore.
Pause.
Monday, pause. On Mondays, it is the Cheetos. Fridays, it's the Cho Jam. We try to keep it separate so that way we have steady content going out. So going out there, we are on a cycle. Just throwing it out there.
I gotta do this.
Pause. But in terms of Cleveland, look, Darius Garland, in terms of the starters, 28 points, and the next highest, Ricky Rubio with 8. So it's like, Darius Garland really was out there trying to do what he could. Obviously, Kevin Love and Cedi Osman, they 18 and 13 respectively. But other than that, nothing. There's really no one else in double digits, which when you look at for the Celtics, Jason Tatum was in double digits, Robert Williams was in double digits, Jaylen Brown was in double digits, and Langford was in double digits. Plus, you have Pritchard, who had 7, was real close to double digits. So when you have that, all of that combined with the fact that just the energy for the Celtics was here. Their energy was here. And every time the Cleveland Cavaliers try to make a little bit of a run, the Celtics snuffed it. They didn't do what they usually do and go, oh, great, it's happening. Oh, well. We actually tried to stop it.
Yep, we came to play today. It's an improvement upon what we've seen as Celtics fans for the last couple of months. It's unfortunate, but we are now 500. Yay! Yes. We did it, Celtics fans. We are finally back at the mark that we should consistently be and never dip below. That is 500, okay?
So let me ask you a question. As Celtic to Celtic, right? Because we're both Celtics fans, right? We are at 500 right now. How long till we get back under? Because we got the Bucks, Timberwolves, and Clippers.
I don't care. As long as I can say that we have the same record as the Lakers, 16 and 16, 500.
That's it.
At this point, that should tell you how bad expectations and what's going on for the Celtics really is right now, especially with COVID. Our team is getting hit and slapped around like a rag doll by this disease. Don't get me wrong. COVID's the player of the week, averaging 48 points and some crap and taking out so many guys. But let's be realistic. The Celtics have been playing better than the Lakers have in recent games, and they've also been stepping up in ways that they need to. Wow. Shout out to Damian for keeping the same energy right there.
Celtics fought more than the Lakers did their last 2 games, and It's true. And honestly, this is why I feel like the Celtics have been struggling, because a lot of the times we just stop fighting. And it's we have the talent. We really do. We have the talent. But it's for some unknown reason, we kind of just go, It is what it is. And then we just roll over and give up. And this is why I'm saying it's just so frustrating because we literally have no excuse. I'm talking about when we're actually out there playing and when we're healthy. We have no excuse. We're a hell of a team top to bottom. And it's just sometimes we just give up. And like you said, it's lack of heart. I don't think it was IT that the whole IT thing. I think the last time we actually played with heart was when we took LeBron 7 games. I think that's the last time we played with heart.
Look, man, IT dropping 50 points against the Washington Wizards. Think about this for a second. How many NBA games, like you can think of Kobe, right?
Yeah.
But outside of Kobe's last game, how many games can you think of off of one hand where all NBA fans were rooting for one dude? It didn't matter that he was on a team that they hated. They were rooting for one dude to just go out and kill it. And
don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that team didn't have heart and nobody was rooting for them. Don't get it twisted. I'm just talking about in terms from a roster perspective. The last time we've played with heart was when we took Bron 7 games.
No, think about that. You may have said that it was the weakest 1 seed that has come out of the East in recent memory, which I'd like to also point out the Atlanta Hawks, who were the number.
No, that's what I said. One, like this my three weakest are the Atlanta Hawks. You can put the Atlanta Hawks when they had Jeff Teague and Al Horford and Kyle Korver. I put them up there. Then the Celtics, and then I put was it last year? Last year's Utah Jazz. That was the number 1 seed.
I was okay with Utah being the 1 seed.
And listen, I didn't have any problems with them, but in terms of them being a 1 seed, I was like, I don't think they're as great as everyone's making them out to be.
They were clicking on all cylinders and hitting every shot known to man. Like that's really what it boiled down to for me, is that they were hitting every stupid shot. Mm-hmm. So at Fox Sports, I work at Fox Sports, and I do a lot of the NBA games. I'm covering them, picking out, and like basically my job is watching the game and picking out the plays to show you at halftime and post game, as well as for online, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm watching a lot of these games, and I covered Utah's series, and Utah to me was just the same way that we talk about how Chicago this year is that well-rounded, well-oiled machine, or Phoenix. Phoenix is the better example. The same way we talk about Phoenix, that's how that team was to me. They were just damn good from every position. I thought Phoenix was better coached, and I thought that Phoenix had more depth, but Utah was clicking just like Phoenix was and is kind of currently.
Yeah. And again, I get it. I mean, personally, they just didn't scare me at all whatsoever. I just want to touch on this. You said but it's Boston who wants to play there. I mean, by the same token, it's LA who wants to play there.
No,
you see how corny that sounds. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, do you see how corny that sounds? Like,
it's not though. It's not. The truth of the matter is, think about the weather. Think about Massachusetts is still an expensive place to live and be, right? So the weather, for the money that you're paid and what you're paying to live there, if you get offered money from LA, granted, LA is more expensive, right? And you pay more state income tax, but you're paying for the weather and you're paying for the media, you're paying for the availability and the location. I get that sentiment, but when you look at a team's record, what they're able to do and their standing in terms of franchises in history, the Celtics are right up there with the Lakers. It's the Knicks and the Bulls after that. The Celtics are the second most important team in terms of legacy and history, if not the most important team.
And that's my point. Like, when people say, "Oh, but it's Boston who wants to play there," and it's like there's a whole bunch of other things that factor into it besides just the weather, right? It's like the weather, and again, it's a place where, look, if they can make Isaiah Thomas look like he's worthy of a max contract, let's be honest. I mean, if we're ready to have that conversation, because listen, I understand you love IT, but before Isaiah Thomas came to Boston, what was he? When he was with Phoenix, when he was Sacramento.
Full Bostonian right there. I heard the Boston accent come out when you said Boston. I heard it. Like I was walking down Boylston Street right now, hearing from someone saying, "Get in the fucking car."
Look, all I'm saying is when it before Isaiah came here, he was and this is not a bad knock on him. This isn't bad. But he was a sixth man, a scoring machine off the bench. He was like Lou Will was, or a Jamal Crawford.
Yes.
And in Boston's system, sure, it made him look like, oh, this was a max player, but he really wasn't. And again, this isn't a knock on him. This isn't a knock, but that's just kind of how I look at it. It could be just me.
It is, because that is one of the most underrated seasons by a single player in NBA history. Like, I don't
think it's underrated, though.
Are you joking? Because people forget about it consistently. People forget about what he did, and it was only a couple of years ago. The reason they forget, and they're so quick to forget, is because it was one isolated season, and that's why I constantly say and specify it's one of the best single seasons that we've seen from a player in NBA history.
Well, but I mean, I understand where you're coming with that. I do. But my retort is, yeah. I mean, as a matter of fact, let's be nice. And I'm gonna pull up his stats that year. Because that year he was nice. Let's not get it twisted. So let's see. So Boston, it was the one that he averaged, it was like 28.9.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was 28.9, which was 16-17.
Yep. And he missed only 6 games of that season.
Which is impressive.
He shot from 2, 52%, almost 53 realistically. He shot 38 from 3. He was
46% from the field.
This guy
but hold on, 5 assists. But it's 5.9, so technically 6 assists.
Almost a steal a game. 3 rebounds for a guy that was on an undersized team with Kelly frickin' Olynyk starting at center, which is no knock on Kelly Olynyk. He's just not a rebounder like that.
No, but because you're not knocking him. That's realistic.
And he averaged 33 points or 33 minutes a game as the starting point guard for the Boston Celtics.
Right. And again, because this is the thing. Hold on, Tony. It was 2016, 2017, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because I just want to make sure.
I mean, look at these stat lines. Against Philadelphia on the 3rd of December, he dropped 32 points and 7 assists. Yeah, and then 44 against Memphis.
Right.
38 against Washington. I'm bringing these out. You brought this on yourself. 40.
No. It's not. No. It's not that I'm bringing it on myself. I'm just saying, for consistency's sake, the dude shot 46% from the field, which at that time and this time is considered pretty good, sure, but all like underrated. I can't say that. Now look, let me just say this, because I don't want to. It was a hell of a year for Isaiah Thomas. Let's not get it twisted. What he did, almost averaging 30, basically 29 a game, you know what I mean? Like, he had every shooting opportunity in the world. I'm giving it to him. I am. No, there's no debate. My pushback is when we sit there and say it was an all-time great year that is like underrated, and it's like, I can't say that.
You have to.
I really can't.
He's not a Michael Jordan. He's not an Allen Iverson or a Kobe Bryant, who's we can all think of one year that all of us as fans have that go, yeah, that guy had an all-time great year, not just for him, but for the league, right? We can all think of those. Isaiah Thomas isn't an NBA star like that.
Right.
So for him to have that type of a season, we're not talking about what's his name? Corey Brewer dropping 55 for the frickin' Minnesota Timberwolves off of fast break layups. We're not talking about nonsense games with Timofey Mozgov or random other guys, Terrence Ross dropping 50 points. We're talking about a guy that was the last pick in the draft who was a 6-man that ended up becoming a starter for some teams and then came to a team that was in desperate need of scoring, stood up, was the heart of the team that year, was the scorer for that team of the year, was the best and most efficient. People forget that too. Best and most efficient and highest scorer in the fourth quarter in the league that year.
Right, which is true. In the fourth quarter, Isaiah Thomas was.
No, you can't tell me all of that info doesn't add up to him having an all-time great season for the league. I can't,
because in the same rebuttal, the only thing all-time great he did, and let's be honest,
is that season.
No. I'm talking about within that season, the only all-time great thing he did was the scoring. Outside of that, Isaiah, and listen, let's call it what it is. Let's be honest. The few times Isaiah Thomas did not have the ball, he literally looked useless. Like, he literally would just stand there and just look in the way. Well, I wouldn't even say in the way, because he kind of would be off in the corner. And he was just stand there. Outside of the points, everything else, I don't want to poo-poo on it, but let's be like, I have to do it, because we're living in a world where, again, the 20.9, I'm just going to call it 29. 29, phenomenal. Sensational. Not even going to lie. Okay?
Put some respect on that. Put some respect on that. That's the future.
I'm going to.
That's the future. Sensational.
And it's sensational. That is, and in terms, I'm be honest with you. If it was just basically just because of points, he would be a legend in Boston for that. I'm keeping a buck.
He still is.
I don't think he's a legend
because of that year, and because
I don't think he's a legend.
I don't
think he's a legend.
With that point per game average, statistically, listen, he was the best, most efficient, highest scorer in the fourth quarter in the league that year. Averaged the most points.
Right. And again,
no. Wait.
I'm with you. With you. Scoring.
On top of that, added the highest scoring points per game average ever by a Celtic player in a single season. Highest points scored in a game in the playoffs with 53 points. That story about his sister fueling that, bringing all of Boston, bringing the rest of the NBA involved on it. That's an all-time great season, and you can't take that away from him.
The storyline doesn't necessarily make it an all-time great season.
That's how these all-time storylines get made. That's how all these all-time great
No, it's not. No,
yes,
it's not.
Is.
No, it's not.
Jordan,
you can't. Hold on. Time out.
Player of the year, an MVP in the same fucking season, having one of the highest scoring marks of his career.
You can't. No. But just because the storyline, no, my point is just because the storyline is cute doesn't mean look. When he balled out after his sister's death. Listen, that's great. I'm not knocking him for that. You know what I mean? That's fine. We try to play through the hip injury. I'm not knocking him as I'm not saying he's.
I know that you're not knocking him in terms of what happened on the court, but you're knocking what his one.
I'm not. No. But here's the thing.
NBA history.
But here's the thing. I'm not knocking him. But I'm not gonna sit here and say he had an all-time great season when at his points that was the highest. But let's dive into it. Assists, he's averaged more assists before in his career. Rebounds, he's averaged more rebounds in his career. And in terms of being efficient, he's been more efficient before in his career. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, yeah, because of the points, it's an all-time great season. Like, I'm just saying it's a hell of a season.
Dude.
But I'm just saying there's more. And listen, every stat you're giving me is scoring. And yes, in fourth quarter, Isaiah Thomas was a problem. He was. He was doing basically like whenever it was the fourth quarter, you give him the rock and it was over.
Dude,
it was over.
I want you to listen to this. He shot the most field goals in his career that season, 19 field goals a game, and averaged his best field goal percentage that season at 46%. He was taking the most shots of his career and had the best percentage of knocking them down in his career. That's efficiency.
At 46%?
Yes.
That is okay.
On his most shots ever in a season, averaging 90.
Bro, he did 46. 1 year he shot like 45%. So again, there's a 1% difference, and he's shooting 19 plus times.
And yet in that season where he shot 47% or 45%, right? He was taking 4 less shots.
So hold on. So he's taking 4 less shots. He takes 4 more shots. His percent goes up barely 1 to a 46, which again,
the highest amount of shots he shot in his freaking career. We talked about how 2 years ago LeBron should have been MVP, and I'll die on my horse. I will die on Wait, I am blanking on the phrase right now. I will die. It's not die on my horse. I'm really having a brain fart, guys. Sorry. But my point being, LeBron averaged his best field goal percentage in a season where he shot his lowest field. What was it? It was his best field goal percentage in terms overall, and yet had the lowest career minutes, and yet his assists and rebounds in scoring went up still. Right? We talk about that.
Hold on, you said that was last year?
No, not last year. That was it was in Cleveland.
His last year in Cleveland?
I think it was his last year or second to last year. Let me see.
So in Cleveland, his second. So you're talking about his second go around?
Yes, his second go around.
So that would be his second to last, where he shot 18.2 shots per game.
Yeah, he had in that season one of his most efficient seasons in terms of field goals. He had minutes in terms of career high, and still managed to up his usage and up most of his percentages. Mm-hmm. His 2-point field goal percentage, the only reason his second highest, it's his second highest. Currently, it's this season that's his highest at points at 61%, man. And all these other stats still go up. Free throw attempts, albeit it's lower than most in comparison to where he's been for the last since 2012. That's still one of his best. He had career high basically in assists and rebounds.
You're making my point.
How? I'm doubling down.
Because you're saying everything. Everything is going up.
I'm pointing out.
That's all I'm saying.
You're focusing on the rebounds and assists. I'm focusing
on the entire game. I'm giving you the score.
On there that go down in comparison to everything else. I gave you 4 stats that were lower than everything else, as well as the ones that went up. What I'm getting at is the same stats for IT, even though it's not assists and rebounds, right? Mm-hmm. The stats that I'm focusing on are shots made, minutes per game, field goal percentage. Those stats still went up, and that tells you that was his best season statistically, and it also overall was one of the best seasons too in that generation of point guards playing. Look at the stats. Scoring point guards.
Wild.
100%.
I can't say that. I can't say that. And look, if you want, listen.
I feel like I'm trying to debate like Joe Biden and Donald Trump right now. Like we're just never going to agree.
No, because listen, again, what Isaiah Thomas did in terms of scoring, phenomenal. But don't sit here and tell me
scoring.
You said what?
What goes into scoring?
And some of the stuff you're saying, I understand what you're saying. In
Minutes,
terms of
shots made, percentage from different areas.
And I get it. But again, 46% from the field, which is his career best, and that is an all-time great year, especially in
how tall he is. He can't.
I don't care how tall he is.
Bro. He can't like LeBron. He can't bully to the basket like LeBron. He's taking the toughest shots.
So he's a finesse guy. Then you become a finesse guy. I hate this notion that if you're short, tough grit. You know that. No, you're still out there hooping. You need to figure out a way. How tall is Kyrie Irving?
Who?
Kyrie Irving. How tall is Kyrie Irving?
Who's that?
Good point.
Use a different one. Use a different one.
Give me another point. Kemba Walker. How tall is Kemba Walker?
6'2".
6'2", right? He's all right? Is he bigger than Karl Anthony Towns?
He is 6 feet tall.
So he's 6 even, right? Yes. So that's 3 inches taller than Isaiah Thomas, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Is he taller than Karl Anthony Towns?
No.
Is he taller than Rudy Gobert?
Debatably.
Okay. Is he taller than Chris Bosh?
No.
Okay.
No one's taller than Chris Bosh with that neck. That's no hate.
No, you're right. But my point is, he's not taller. So what he became crafty. And that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to say
he didn't become crafty. Don't give me that shit. He's a jump shooter and a 3-point shooter. Don't get me wrong. He could take it to the basket.
You're smoking herbs. You're smoking. Now, yes, I will give you he's a jump shooter. I'll give you that now. And back when he was in Charlotte, if you're gonna tell me he was a jump shooter, that's
Bobcats. Kemba was the slasher. Once it became the Hornets, he was a jump shooter.
I don't think so. I will say this. Can we agree on this? Bob Cassie was a slasher. When it became the beginning of Charlotte, he was phasing. So he was like an in-between. And his last couple years in Charlotte, he was a jump shooter. I have no problem agreeing to that. Because that's really how
it was 1 year of transition for Kemba. That was it. It was the first season they were the Hornets.
I think it was 2 before he became a jump shooter.
It's when Michael Kidd-Gilchrist came. When they picked him, that's when it changed.
Yeah, well, and I understand that, but I still think he was trying to flash. Because he had to be a jump shooter.
No, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
Yes. Yeah, and I understand that. But he was still trying to make it work. He was trying to make it work. Look, all I'm saying, and I understand your thing about Chris Bosh has a direct neck. And I understand what you're saying in terms of, Isaiah Thomas having this,
Daddy long neck.
My thing is, and listen, Isaiah Thomas, if you're going to classify it as an all-time great year, if you want to say an all-time great scoring year, I'm conceding. I'll concede. But I don't know. To say it's an all-time great season all around, I don't know. I don't know, because I'm looking, maybe it's me, but I'm looking at the other stats, and they were good, but nothing in terms of all-time great. I'm talking about outside of the points. Outside of the points, I'm talking about. Okay? Because again, I'm agreeing with you. 29 a game?
You're focusing on you're nitpicking. This is what fans do, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. The comment section. Look at the comment section.
Dog. And ready to the funny part? This joke has been said because we always make fun of him. I swear to God, this is the one joke I never get sick of. This is the one joke about Chris Bosh that I will never in my life get over. Ever.
Oh, man.
Ever.
Wow.
It made sense of why the Toronto Raptors got him. But look, all I'm saying is just scoring. If you want to say it was an all-time great scoring year.
The comment section is at an all-time.
That's the one. That's the one.
Oh my God.
Like 100%, that's the one, dog. 110%. This right here, this comment, that's the one. 110%. But all I'm saying, if you want to say scoring, I'm with you. But I don't know. That's just me. Like I've heard people say it was the best. It's one of the all-time greatest scoring years. And I will agree with you there. No debate. I'll agree with you. But I don't know. All time, I don't know. I just
great season.
I don't know. I'm not gonna take that step. I don't know. That's just me. I'm not gonna take that step. Like I said, scoring, I'm with you, but just all around top to bottom.
Yes.
I don't know.
Top to bottom. Pause.
I don't know. Right. Pause. You're right. You're right. Look, that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, for me, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. And if we're going to talk about that whole year, I mean, can we also talk about how he almost, that the team that he led almost lost in the first round?
We've been there and did that.
What happened?
We already talked about that.
I'm just saying for consistency. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
This might be the best chat I've ever been in on, just from the last 3 fucking lines.
Bro, I'm telling you, dog.
Chris Bosh.
And it's good. Chris Bosh's neck is Geodude's arm. Did y'all know that?
Jesus Christ, man.
Dude, he's got a freaking, oh my God, bro. His neck is weird. God bless him, though. It always looks like it's broken. Because, like, the way it, sticks out like this, it looks like it's just always broken. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, it looks like it's uncomfortable.
Constantly. It looks like he's just constantly, just in constant, I don't know how he sleeps at night. Pause. Like he's got to lay on his side because like if he does it on his head, that's like
Who
no neck support.
Who doesn't lay on their side or sleep on their side? I sleep on my side.
I start on my back, pause, roll over to my stomach, pause, and then whatever happens, happens. Pause. Executor, I hate this chat so much. I hate this chat so much. Oh my God. Sponsored by Viagra, OnlyFans.
We need to get our own OnlyFans to make this show.
100%. And look, bro, listen, I got crusty toes. I've been waiting for this all my life. Yo, I got janky feet. You want to see them? You're gonna have to pay for it. See, now I got your mind intrigued. Now you're like, yo, does he really have janky feet? Or is he just lying? What's going on here? I gotta find out. You pay the subscription, you forget all about it, boom, we got money.
What, you got like LeBron's pinky toe where it's kind of like inward, like
Bron's feet, as much as I love LeBron, his toes stack up on top of each other, bro.
Dude, it's like a really bad dominoes game.
Oh my God, dog. It's like when you shuffle the deck and a card gets stuck.
Yeah, bro. Like ants crawling on each other in an ant farm trying to just get up.
Bro, his pinky toe doesn't touch the floor.
It's singular raising the bars logo.
Yo, no way. Yo. Oh, I can't. Yo, what time is it? It's 10:25.
Please, chat, send us more Chris Bosch. Please. We'd love to see it.
Please. I'm all here for that. I just can't believe. Matter of fact, since I have you here, do you have some time?
Sure.
You got time? Freddie's gonna yell at me for this because he's gonna be like, "Oh my God, you're doing too much," and I don't care. Explain to me, as a professional, LeBron's toes are like Jack in the Box curly fries.
Oh, bro. That just makes me think of like the woman with the world's longest nails.
And
bro!
Like,
no. Back to Bosch again, bro.
Chris Bosh is the last remaining cast member from the Land Before Time. Wait, what show was it? It wasn't a Land Before Time. It was oh, by the way, Jay Ness, bro, how are you feeling? It was like kind of like a live action dinosaur movie or dinosaur show where they put the costumes on them.
Oh yeah,
and like the last episode,
yes, with the meteor.
Yeah, the last episode was the meteor. Chris Bosh was the one who survived. Swear to God, Chris Bosh survived that meteor. I cannot remember the name of that show.
My life was his autobiography,
bro. Not Scrat. Yo, how does Scrat have like a shorter beak than his neck? That's crazy to me.
Right?
Edward Scissornecks. I feel like I feel like 100% the way if he goes like this enough, pause, he'll cut something because of how his neck is bent.
No, he'll just bend back and he'll be able to bite down the apple from the tree.
100% he's got an extendo neck. 110%. But let me ask you, Kyrie Irving we have to talk about him. I have to get your thoughts on this.
Who?
I got you. Mr. No Name. How did you enjoy his tenure in Boston?
If I can sum it up in one word, 2 words. A tumultuous letdown. That's really what it boils down to. You know, the man made it clear he wanted out from Cleveland. He got what he wanted. He got to come to an amazing franchise with a lot of young talent ready at his disposal. Yep. He made it clear that he wanted to be a part of the Celtics in those pre-game pressers with kids saying he wanted to re-sign. And I'm all for a man who's playing a sport to be able to play in his home state, especially if it's his home city. Like, I will never have an issue with that. It's the way that it went down, though. And I know that the media had a ton to do with how they were portraying him, especially because we're not hearing it from the man's mouth, so we're only left to interpret through the media, right? Which makes it an issue, but the fact that he didn't address us outright, the way that it went down and he went about it, it's the same feeling that I get from Ray Allen going to Miami, which I've forgotten at this point. But it's the same feeling. It's you went behind us and did all these things, yet if you had just been open and upfront, we wouldn't have had an issue. And granted, Ray's was different because of the personal issues, but Jesus Christ, man. Don't tell the fan base, build us up telling us that you want to be here, and you want to represent this city, right? We take that very seriously. And then go ahead and dip out. And then, of course, it's to Brooklyn, which is New York, and New York is, that legacy with the Celtics.
We hate New York.
Yeah, but the fact that it wasn't the Knicks, I mean, that makes it a little easier. But
definitely,
it's still the way that he went about it made me hate him, like to a point where I didn't say Kyrie Irving's name for years, and now I just feel bad for him because I want to see him play basketball. He deserves to be on the court because he is that talented. He is must-see TV. I fucking hate watching him win, but it's a treat and a pleasure to watch him do what he does with a basketball. He's won with a basketball and a maestro offensively. It's unreal. And it's not that I wish I could see him on the Celtics doing that, because I genuinely don't. But I just hate the way that it went down and the way that he treated Boston afterwards.
Freddie, go ahead.
No, I'm just here listening. We got
don't get fined.
we seen the news of late. Brooklyn allowing Kyrie to. They went to Kyrie and said, "Hey, we need you playing KD too many minutes. We don't want to get him hurt. Hey, we don't mind bringing you in as a part-time player." When they said months back that they wasn't going to tolerate him being a part-time player, what's your reaction to that? Just kind of curious.
Who, me?
Yes, sir.
Well, no shit, they don't mind it now, considering they can use all the help they can get, especially with COVID and them having a lineup that changes every damn week. I mean, you got to take the load and responsibility off of KD, who's basically built an MVP season within the first 30 games. I have no problem with him playing part-time because it just means he's playing, period. If I'm the Brooklyn Nets, I'm trying to get him back on the court as soon as possible. Build that continuity with the new teammates. Build what you can. And anytime you have Kyrie on the court, you're practically guaranteed a win. So why not have him back? Especially because if you've built up enough, the postseason's going to come and your team will be ready.
So my question is, let's say Kyrie, he's playing, a few months down the line, he decided to take another break. Do you believe at that point, right then and there, Brooklyn Nets should say, you know what, we're done with you, hell with you, move the hell on? Because, hey, let's be honest, ever since he left Cleveland, even when he was in Cleveland, this dude have not been the same dude that we all used to know. I mean, hey, you can't question his talent because the dude is one of the best, ball handlers in the game, one of the best shot makers, the best one in the clutch. Hey, this dude, you pay big time money to go see Kyrie Irving, but he do have his mindset of his own.
Sounds like a personal problem for the Brooklyn Nets, I'll tell you that. It's none of my business. If they want to cut him, cut him. If they want to try and trade him, trade him. It makes no difference because Kyrie is an individual. He's proven that time and time again. He's going to do what he wants. More power to him for doing that, right? But just know, if you get to do what you want and you can be your own boss truly, which he's made it that way, just know you're going to get treated as such. So it's a business. It goes two ways.
And see, when you say that, I think differently because, hey, Kyrie Irving stood his ground. Kyrie Irving didn't go get vaccinated. He said, hey, he's not the reason why he came back. He said, hey, I'm going to do my way. And then here come Brooklyn coming. Hey, so now, Brooklyn, you have to bail them out every time. You can't, weeks or months down the line and say, hey, I'm going to do this. Nope, you let me, hey, you sacrifice you bent your what you said. You bent everything that you stood for right now. Now you can't stand that ground anymore because you took that position. That's my opinion because it's gonna be hard. Now somebody looking hypocritical, and they be Brooklyn.
I mean, like just my whole thing on it. I don't think he should be allowed to play part time, and it's only because the way I look at it, if you put this thing on everyone, right, where like you give everyone this ultimatum, like this country was founded based on religious freedom, and Andrew Wiggins said it's a religious reason, and he still had to take it. Me personally, and if I'm looking at this wrong, let me know. If you let him do this, you're opening up Pandora's box, because let's say there's like another variant, you got to get like a boost or something like that. A lot of the players aren't going to do it because they're going to be like, well, you let Kyrie Irving get away with it. So I personally think it's a slippery slope because the league is opening up Pandora's box. You know what I mean? Like, if this were to happen, am I looking at this wrong?
Yeah, I'll tell you for one reason. And it's what I studied in college, and it's as James A. Janice from Dead Meat, the YouTube channel, a great YouTube channel, says, business! It's a business, man. They have money being paid to these players. Players don't want to miss paychecks, and owners want to have the best product on the court. That way fans come in the building, and it all boils down to money. So if you're paying a guy to play, you want him out there as much as freaking possible. Doesn't matter what the coach wants or the GM wants. The owner at the end of the day is signing the damn checks. So as long as I'm signing the checks, I want to get my product out there as frequent as possible, especially if I know that product is going to help me win and possibly make it to where I am the champion. That's a lot of money to miss out on. In the same breath that players can say, oh, we can be our own bosses like Kyrie did it. Okay, cool. We'll find someone else to step up because there are millions of dudes that want to play in the league. There are tons of dudes vying for spots in the G League. And ultimately, just like the situation with Ben Simmons forfeiting already up to $7 million, these guys aren't going to forfeit that much money for long. Let Ben sit out. Let him get a slap on the wrist and realize what missing $30 million a season's like. That way, he's probably inclined to come back, shut the hell up, act like a dog with his tail between his legs, and play ball.
I don't know, man. I just feel like when you let back Kyrie Irving, I don't know. And again, the league is going to do whatever they want, so it's fine. I don't know, man. I just think it's a slippery slope. And I understand what you mean in terms of business. You know what I mean? Like right now, the Brooklyn Nets, are one of the favorites to win. Like, when healthy, they're one of the favorites to win it, to win it all. Still a favorite to win the East. So, I mean, when you can have, with all that, I understand. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just playing devil's advocate. I personally don't like it. I don't. Because like I said, you're opening up a Pandora's box. If something like this happens where, I don't know, man. Maybe it's just me, but I don't like it, especially like I said, like Andrew Wiggins said it's because of a religion, and the league said well, not really the league, it was more like the state of California. They were like, tough. Either you take it or you don't play. So I just feel like if homeboy's out here because he says, if he's saying, look, it's against my religion, and this country was founded to escape religious persecution, and you still make him do it, I don't see why Kyrie would be able to play. And I've asked this question: what makes him special? Look, no disrespect to him, but he's not a guy.
Dude,
he's not a Giannis.
Watch him play.
He's not a Luka Doncic. He's not a LeBron.
No, he's a Kyrie Irving. That's who he is. Like, let's not take away and disrespect what this guy can do on the court. He is a 30-point per game scorer. He is a champion, a guy that secured the championship with the ridiculous play called the shot at this point. This is a guy that is still an all-around fantastic basketball player, and we can't discredit that or discount that. We might not like what he's doing, but it doesn't change the fact that –
No, but I'm not – but because my point isn't really like I honestly, the only issue I have with him was him trying to paint himself as, he was making an unpopular decision, but wanted to get a popular reaction. Like he was like, oh yeah, I'm fighting for the common man, and then just went 0 dark 30. And it's like, if you're not comfortable, Jonathan Isaac did that. Like when he just look, man, I don't feel comfortable with it. I don't know what's good with it. And it is what it is, right? Kyrie Irving He said that without saying that.
Let's not forget that this is the same Jonathan Isaac who chose to be the only member of the Orlando Magic to stand during the national anthem during the protests. Which
again is questionable. Hold on. Projects like to make issues, man. He's like the Rain Man of terrible points. Meanwhile, I've been making solid points though. I mean, I've been making solid points. Now, if you can't see that, you might need some glasses. Ask Frey to borrow his. And if you can't hear that, they've got hearing aids. I don't know what to tell you. I'm making solid points. Now, whether or not you agree with me, that's your prerogative. It's your prerogative. All I'm saying, for the sake of everything, if you're for, and again, if Kyrie Irving, that's the only issue I have with him. You know what I mean? He says, best point was your wife being the boss. Yeah, she is. wait, was that the punchline?
No, look at the comment above it.
When I've been watching for 3 hours and all I heard was chump change. Well, I mean, if it's that bad, I mean, if you're watching on your computer, on your monitor, on the top right hand corner, there's an X mark, right? Hit that, and you don't got to listen to me anymore. I mean, there's the thing. If it's really that bad, again, I've been making legit points. Now, whether or not if you agree with me, it's your prerogative.
Well,
yeah, which again,
back to the game.
Come back to like I don't know. I mean, me personally, you're gonna say that you gotta be more original. That's all I'm saying, dog. You gotta be more original, dog. You're saying the same thing everyone else has said about my name. I'll take you legit when you say something original. You know, that's all. I just want someone to be original. When you hear the word pride, they go, "Oh yeah, bro, you're gay," and it's like, all right, like, say something else though. Be funny. That's all.
See, we're getting love now.
I mean, it's all good now. I'm not mad or anything like that, but, just be original. That's all. Freddie, you wanted to say something? Yeah, that's what I thought. You better be quiet because guess what? We got the same record. Same record. So don't be saying nothing, Fredward.
Hey, bro, but you know what? Unlike some fans in NBA, one thing that
Look, I'm smart enough to make good points about sports. Not smart enough to just slap to the face.
Look above it.
Top 4. I mean, I wish, because then my dad would actually be around.
Oh.
No, you can laugh. Alex, I joke like that all the time. Swear to God. I joke like that all the time. Ask Freddie. I make jokes like that literally all the time. So it's okay to laugh at that. Swear to God.
Alex's face right now is like would be the next Michael Jordan meme. Like, let's not sit here and act like that's not a thing.
Who, me?
No, Alex's face.
Wait. He's trying not to laugh. He's trying so hard not to laugh. But yeah, Freddie, I'm just saying, bro.
Hey, one thing the Boston and LA fans know, they know it's not about how the season started. It's not about none of that. Not matter who the hottest team is in the NBA, the first 30 games. It's about who's the hottest team when it comes towards to the playoffs, who have the most chemistry with their team, who's the hottest team, and who's going to go on the run. We know that's what it's all about, so I'm not tripping.
And listen, Freddie, I get what you're saying to an extent. Because if you lose in the regular season, I'm not going to go, oh, yeah, doesn't matter. Like, you need to be able to evaluate it and figure out what you did wrong. Because, listen, there's some times where the team you're playing, they're just hot and there's nothing you can do. There are other times that you're giving up your defensive assignment. Like, if you know what I mean? Like, for instance, if you got a big man and he's supposed to be helping and he's supposed to help defense, he doesn't rotate, you need to say something about that. You know what I mean? And then if you consistently do that, you're not leaving a mismatch on the weak side of the floor. So now where do you know what I mean? So again, I do get what you're saying because when teams do have to hit their stride, but I think at this point in the year, you either you are what you are, and that's it. Like I'll be honest, we've had enough time to be able to
No,
look
no,
at it
no,
and
no,
say,
no, no, no. There's still plenty of time to get better. 30 games don't dictate your season. I'm not gonna go that far. Not gonna
Freddie,
go that
you
far.
said that. Hold on. You said that in the beginning of the year.
I sure did. I said it's gonna take time, and it's still this time.
And you
Time is
said
not here.
Christmas.
Well,
You and
we
I
need.
both said around
Well,
Christmas Day, we'd be able to figure it
a
out.
lot of things have changed since then.
I don't know, man.
A lot of things have changed since Christmas.
I don't know.
LeBron and James missed those 12 or 13 games. You had THT's coming back. You finally got them back. You got 8 players going into COVID. That took time away. Now Anthony Davis is gone. So it takes more time. So by trade deadline, a little bit, around in that time period, we should know what this team is about. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna argue with
And
that.
I understand that, but Freddie, you
I
got to
don't
figure
want
it
to
out
get the
before the
fanboys
trade
in the
deadline.
comments to start rolling. We got a couple. You know who the fanboys are. You know who the fanboys are.
No, Freddie, look, all I'm saying
One
is
still missing, by the way.
I understand
Pride in being the fanboy.
God damn.
Get it?
Well,
No,
I'm a LeBron fan. I would say that.
no. There's 2 Phoenix Suns fans that are fanboys. That hey, Alex, have you ever met somebody who finally came out the basement and they start feeling themselves a little bit, and they just get a little too cocky?
Literally,
that's
Atlanta
Phoenix.
Hawks fans in 2016.
Well, they're Phoenix Suns fans as well. They finally had their little wet moment, but they after being in the basement forever, and now they think they can teach you about basketball. Think you can teach you, give you expectations of how to win, but they haven't won nothing.
Hey, wait, did Steve Nash or Charles Barkley win a title? I don't remember.
No. Phoenix. Yeah. So yeah, we got a couple fanboys here. So one of them.
No, but Alex, here's the thing. And again, I'm not a Lakers fan, and I'm not a Suns fan. What happens is the Suns win. This is how it's been, right? The Suns win, and then they want to relish in their victory, which is fine. But then instead of saying we won, hell of a game by everybody, they make backhanded remarks. So they'll go, oh yeah, we're shooting horrible and we're still winning. And it's like, you're now inviting Freddie, who's already confrontational as is. You're now inviting him to say something. And then there's one of them in particular. I to this day, I still don't know his name. We hit him with nothing but facts. And he said things got personal. I've never in my life been so confused.
Uh-oh.
But I don't know who it was.
We done woken one up. We look at the comments.
Who?
We woken one up. Look at the comments.
Trade Westbrook to Boston for Smart. That's not smart.
Nah, that's what's hard. Who is this? Oh, that's the Phoenix one, right?
Oh, that's the dude and I took that personal.
That's the Phoenix podcast one. I don't know which one they're saying it, but no, like my thing is with the Suns, it was a hell of a game. Let's not get it twisted. Hell of a game,
for sure.
But the thing is, for that to be your end all be all, to be and Freddie's gonna get mad at me for saying this, but a struggling Lakers team that like, and again, Freddie, this is
totally agree with you.
Yeah, this isn't me being. This is not me being backhanded.
Nutter buttering.
And at this point, they are straight up 110%, just like
cheeks.
I mean, if we're gonna be honest, they are. And Freddie, again, I'm not saying this to trigger you, but right now, the Lakers
are ass right now, bro.
And right, I just want to make sure that, like, I don't want to be, I don't want to be rude. Hold on, to the person we talking sports and do something. You did he? Who said that?
He said Mike said it, but Mike didn't say it towards him. Like Mike, it is what it is.
I mean, Mike drops the F word like you and I all breathe oxygen. Like Mike probably said, "Hey, yo, effing, he's effing trash. So effing, this is effing ridiculous." He probably said that because Mike literally just says the F word like I breathe oxygen. Like that's his O2, bro. 100%.
No, but you know what makes me so upset about Phoenix fans though? It's just like I said, like when you just haven't won anything. Like you
But
haven't
Freddie,
done
you can't
anything
say
though.
that though. But you can't just keep saying. And listen,
But I
and
can.
Alex,
You haven't done. No, what I'm saying is though, you haven't done anything, and you just have your little wet moment while the Lakers are down this year. I get it. You win.
Pause.
Now you trying to tell
facts.
me.
Pause.
Now you trying to tell us how to win. Like, dude, y'all haven't done anything as a franchise. Like y'all, even though y'all good,
No,
y'all still
Alex.
haven't won a championship. Y'all
And
choked
this
last
is
year.
and this is where I disagree with Freddie. This is where I kind of disagree with Freddie. Because I don't judge a team right now based on what they've done in their collective historical past. And what I mean by that is who has more championships right now, the Golden State Warriors or the Boston Celtics? The Celtics, right?
Yep.
Does that mean the Celtics are better right now than the Golden State Warriors?
100%.
No, not even close. You know what I mean? And that's what Freddie tries to do. He goes,
No,
"Oh, well,
what I'm saying is
Go ahead, Freddie.
they don't have the right to try to tell Lakers. That's like saying, listen, it's like saying, I'm trying to think of the Orlando Mad. No, what team in the East haven't won a championship? The
Chicago, because Chicago been struggling for a minute.
Well, no, not Chicago. Let's say the Hornets.
Okay,
Hey, Boston, this is what you do to win. This is what you do to. What the hell are you? You can't tell me how to win, like, bro.
but
you've
how
been in the
are they
basement.
playing though? But how are
You've
they
been in
playing?
the basement. You don't have that right.
But are
Neither
they
do you.
better than us?
Huh?
Are they better than us?
But when it comes to winning championships, you know how to win that. It's Boston. Because why? How many do y'all
but
have?
we can't say that.
Yes, you can. How many do you
No,
have?
because the last time
Alex, he don't
we
wanna
won
ask
was
questions. How many
08, and the last
championships
time
you
we
got?
been was 2010. Ever since then, we haven't been there. So you can't sit there and say,
He's
"Oh
counting.
yeah,"
Hold on, he's
because we
counting.
won. Yo, Alex,
He's counting. Hold on, Pride.
go ahead. Go ahead.
17, that's right.
Okay, so
And
you
listen,
going
I understand
so a
that.
team that have 0 can teach you how to win 17 of them.
And how? Okay, but how are they playing? And on top of that, we also need to take into consideration that the fact that the Pelicans are a much younger team than the Boston Celtics. We're not going to go there.
You mean
My point is,
Lakers South. Lakers South.
my point is, this is my point. Like, you can't sit there and say, "Oh yeah,
Was it in the NBA?
I've coached a championship team and won." Personally, I did that. Has anyone here actually coached a championship? I won
Was it in
one.
the NBA?
I won one. Just has anyone here coached in a game and adjusted to adjustments, drawn up game-winning plays?
Is it in all I want to
But
know?
hold on. But what's the point you're trying to make?
He's trying to make a point that you don't understand basketball to the level that these guys do. There's a difference. That's what they're trying to say.
So okay. So he's basically trying to say that I won a championship and I've coached to win that championship. Is that the point?
Can someone get to Pride's best phrase?
Oh, my point is. Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, if no one's listening,
That's Phoenix Suns fans, man. They think they be knowing stuff, but they don't.
Don't tell me I don't understand how to make. You watch games, I coach.
Okay, and what NBA team you coach?
Hold on, Freddie. Fam, if you coach, see, this is what frustrates me because we always say, what is the step under the NBA level or NFL level, college, right? And we always say that it doesn't translate from college. Like Nick Saban is one of the greatest college head coaches ever, right? And no, it's not going to get wild. That promise is not going to get wild. But for this, Nick Saban is one of the greatest college coaches in the history of the game, and he just wasn't successful in the NFL. What level are you coaching? Because if you're coaching, if you're coaching high school or middle school or something like that, and you're telling me that means you're better, like that just I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I just don't. When people say you watch games, I coach. I mean, yeah, and I played Madden one time and I had to make adjustments. Does that mean like I'm an all-time? I just don't. I don't know.
You really just try to use Madden as an example, bro?
When people tell me that they've coached and I ask them when, and you tell me high school or lower, that's the equivalent.
No, that is you are all right, bro. I gotta say it. You're dumb for saying that. Like I'm just
How?
telling you outright. That is
No,
so
explain
dumb.
though. Explain how I'm done, please.
Just because you get an automated playbook with simulations and machines who are dedicated to fulfilling those commands is not the same as trying to coach youth and get them in the right mindset to understand how to play a game like a team and build the camaraderie. That is so different. That is so different.
Build the camaraderie, bro. It's virtually like honestly, I don't when it comes to coaching and I've seen this because my high school coach was horrible. Horrible.
Maybe that's why you don't know enough about the game.
No, because again,
Freddie, help me out with the mic drop. Come on, bro.
But no, I mean, if we're gonna be honest, you don't have to coach to understand the game. Just saying. You can look at me like that all you want. It's fine. The harder you look doesn't mean you're gonna be just.
But I just want to know
you only have to coach.
What level did he coach and win a championship? I really do want to know that.
I'm just saying.
I'm very interested.
So Alex, I'm asking you. So you're telling me the only way for you to understand you have to coach. That's the only way you can understand the game.
That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying though is there's a difference in a level of understanding for those who are currently coaching the game versus the avid NBA fan or even the avid basketball fan that watches basketball enough.
Nah, bro, I don't know. Me personally, if you tell me you coach and I say at what level and you're telling me high school or lower, I don't know, man, because you're not really running anything complex. Unless you're at one of these top tier high schools that are like low key running college type of schemes. But even then, that's like what all the high schools in the nation. That's like what probably 1%. Like, let's pump the brakes here. Like, if you coach at a high school level more times, like, let's stop acting like, oh yeah, I'm a head coach. Like, and if I ask you what head coach and you're doing it at your local high school, like, are we serious now?
I don't even know what to say, Freddie. I think I'm just kind of miffed as to like how bad of a take that is.
I don't think it's that bad. I don't think so. Because if you're telling me, oh yeah, if you coach high school, again, what complex schematics are you running at the high school level? I am asking.
You're building the playbook. You're not running.
Okay, but you need to build a playbook for people who they themselves don't fully understand the game. So I now ask, what complex schematics are you running at the high school level?
Dude, it's the fact that you're teaching the game. You have better insight than most people who are going to watch the game, just in general.
I will say this. I'm gonna just say this. Yes, when you coach a lower level, when you talk about high school, middle school, it is harder than it's harder in terms of getting kids motivated, teaching them plays, and that type of level stuff. But when it comes to but I will say this: you don't have to play nor coach. You can be a regular Joe Blow, and if you study the game, you can also analyze and you can debate sports as well. So even though it makes you a coach, and that don't make a non-coach less smart.
No, it doesn't make them lower. Agreed. So, but it does mean that those people who are coaching do happen to have more insight than the average fans that talk about the game.
I don't think so. At a high school level, I don't think so. If you want to say college and up, sure. At high school level, I don't know. I can't necessarily agree with that because, like Freddie said, anyone can.
And prime example is like Victor. He's a coach. It's like his mindset and our mindset is a lot different. Like we might say something, but then he come out and say something, and he breaking it down in X's and O's because he's looking at it at a coach's perspective. So I mean, there is a difference for certain folks. Just depend on how engaged you are in studying the game. So, but
I don't know.
Alex got to run, so let's go ahead and
I'll go ahead and wrap it up. All I'm saying is there's just different levels to it. That's all I'm saying. But I guess
different levels to bad takes too, and he's taking pride in his bad takes. And more power to you, baby.
And that's fine. To each their own. Do me a favor. The next NFL coach, let me know if he came from a high school. I'll be waiting. But it's been Pride on behalf of Alex and Fredward. We'll see you on the next one. Be safe.
Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. Whole sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're eye in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. Sport all plays, like working your face.